He just said it too.
What's happening, y'all? We live here at WBOK AM 1230.
What's going on?
And that's the crew, you heard me. What's going on out here? Are y'all listening? Y'all watching? Y'all fucking with us today? This week, listen, man, Latoya Cantrell came to my living room and chatted with us like a real ass person.
Like a man, son.
She was so real.
Miss Toya, a real nigga, son. She is.
All right, let's not say that possibly the future mayor of New Orleans is a real nigga.
I'll be the first person ever to say I'm going down in history. She is. I love you, Miss Cantrell.
Man, Miss Cantrell was awesome. Hey, Kalena. What's happening, Kalena? Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you. 29, baby.
29. Last year was her 20s, and she loving it up.
Hey.
So Latoya Cantrell came to my living room, and man, it was such a good interview. Watch it. It's on my last Facebook Live video. But she was cool as hell, man. She apparently one of her neighbors is named Keisha. I don't even live next door to a Keisha, and I'm not running for mayor, so that means that she is like for the people. She outchea. You heard me. Latoya Cantrell is cool as hell. Whoa. That should be. Hey, that's Kenneth Temple. Oh man, the trap chef himself, Kenneth Temple. What's happening? Hifey Gallivant, our musical guest for the day.
Hey Red. Hey Red.
I'm turn the camera around so I can see more.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fun.
Y'all finna have a good time with us, you heard me?
Yeah. No cuss words.
No, you can cuss on this video right here, but you can't cuss on the radio. You can cuss on this, yeah. Not fuck the world. Oh, fuck the whole world?
No, only the fun.
What's happening, Kenneth?
What's happening with it?
Ain't nothing, man.
What's good, bro?
So I'm gonna go ahead and get you on camera saying this. So you're gonna get us on your show at some point, huh?
I mean, whenever y'all ready. We get you in
to
the hunger trap. We get y'all just bring your appetite.
The hunger trap. Man, we're gonna talk to him a little bit later about the hunger trap. Tell him about it. Y'all know about the hunger trap? Damn music. He's a real life chef. He talking about trap chef.
Yeah, we just not play chefing, you know what I mean? We ain't one of them Instagram social media, like, I got the degree and went to school.
That's what I heard. Where at? They gonna ask you on the radio, but wait.
Went to Nickel State University.
Okay.
Go Colonels. Down there in Thibodeau, but
Word, okay.
Just been working, you know what I mean?
That's what's good, man. This t-shirt you have on, is that your shirt?
That's me. I got merch, I got spices, I got herbs.
Oh, we love it when they bring stuff.
We work.
Can we see it? Let's see what it is, man. The blackening seasoning.
I'm waiting on some more labels for my Nola seasoning.
This is yours?
So that's mine.
Come on, man. Oh my God.
That's my blend.
2 minutes. We going live in 2 minutes.
That's my blend. So
look, we're gonna have you. We're gonna have you after Hype. Hype gonna be our first guest. He gonna perform, and we come back. We're gonna talk to Kenneth Temple. But first, y'all, we going into the booth. Talk to these characters.
Don't talk to us.
There's Brian.
Hey, yo.
Man, Oshun just let us know how she be howling at men.
How you be hollering at men, Oshun? How? Tell us how. Come on.
You'll catch your line.
Tell us what you say.
3 viewers want to know.
Say, boy, what's your fucking number, bitch?
What's your fucking number, bitch?
And how do they normally respond to that?
If you don't get the fuck
Shit, you might get my number though.
Jessica, how might you approach a young man if you were to do such a thing?
This is a good topic for Misbelief Mrs.
This is actually really good.
Yeah, how might if you as a strong black woman would approach a man going after what you want, how would you do it? I'm gonna get the camera over to Brian's. Brian, the beautiful man.
Beautiful Brian.
Okay, we're about to see if we gonna work.
Yeah, but you ain't off the hook, Jessica. I won't know.
How's that pushing?
Because Danzo Square wants to know.
I'd be like, hey boy.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
I've been watching you and stuff, and I followed you home the other night. And
What is this?
I tell you, I'm so turned off. I still don't want to give her my number right now.
I've never done this, so I don't know.
What?
You need to just read the Alicia Keys thing.
And I want some fries with this shit.
Oh.
In your pants.
In your pants?
Wait.
I don't know.
Huh?
I want some fries with that shake in your pants. That's like shit. I want some fries. We on?
Huh? What? Josef is in the booth
He
this
was
week
very
because Devin couldn't make it. Devin couldn't make it. If we have issues with things, we've been ready. All right.
This music playing?
He gives
Why can't I hear
us
this?
this phone. This finger.
Nothing's happening through the headphones. We can't hear nothing.
We can't hear nothing. All right, so
We don't know what's happening, guys.
What's happening?
we know what's happening.
What's happening?
Pickup line broke the show.
live? Are we live?
No. Okay, we go.
Oh.
Music.
Hey, yay!
Okay.
I've been in my Louis.
Before to tell you the truth, not about to piss in or a window to throw it to. Hey, I say what's happening. I say what's happening. What's happening, y'all? What's happening? You are tuned into the MisBelief radio show on WBOK 12:30 a.m. This is DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, slim waist, baby face, deep voice, #1 choice. Yeah, it's me. And this is a show that highlights this great city of New Orleans through the eyes of a bunch of black millennial creatives. As always, I keep a colorful cast of cool creative kids as my co-host. And who's this to my right side?
Hi, everybody. It's me, the one, the only, Oshun.
The one and the only. Hey, what's up, Oshun?
Hi, y'all.
Hey. And who's this to my left?
It's that actor guy, Martin Bass, Bradford. What's that?
He put his radio voice on. What's that? Over there to his left. Who's that?
Miss J Still keeping it real.
All right, you need to reposition yourself to talk in that mic correctly, because we ain't been have all these awkward faces on the Facebook Live. Now people watching you be awkward, you know. And who's that over there in the booth? He came with the whoa now. First about the gumbo, this me. That's real, man. We got Chef Kenneth Temple in the house, so you mentioned gumbo and he felt disrespected. He was like, you about a who's gumbo? It ain't about our gumbo. Hey, well, we're going to find out just a little bit later on, man. We got a really interesting show for you guys. We got, like, as I mentioned before, from the Hunger Trap, Chef Kenneth Temple. And he let me know he was certified. He got his license and his degree in culinary arts. I assume it was culinary arts. Let's just something related.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
Yeah,
And we're gonna learn some more about the
It's
Hunger Trap. He does a Facebook Live Hunger Trap show every Tuesday at what time?
Every Tuesday at what, 8?
8:30.
8:30.
At 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, because he in New Orleans. And then we got Hifey Gallivant, cool young brother from what part of Louisiana?
New Orleans?
He from what did you say it was?
From the West.
Joe? It's nothing but no, he further than Palmetto.
Oh.
What parish that's in?
Where is that?
St.
St.
Landry.
Landry.
Okay.
No.
That exists.
I didn't know they had a St. Landry Parish.
People
I'm
just be
sorry.
making things up nowadays, man. I'm from Palmetto. No, you're not. But he is.
Is it really that embarrassing to be from the West Bank? Be honest, you from the West Bank. He from the West Bank. You messing with
That's
us.
like
He was going through great lengths, and I say he's from Gretna.
Great lengths.
Great lengths. He done made up a whole parish of it.
Oh, that in the bun? I was like, wait.
But Hifey Gallivant, man, very, very dope ass creative artist. I met him at the Jazz Market, where I be at every Wednesday night from 9 to 1 with my band, Cool Nasty. I wish they was my band, but they're not. But Hifey submitted 2 or 3 songs to us, and we've been playing them the past few weeks because he dope.
DC.
And we finally got him here and in the radio show. What's up, Bats?
Oh no, I just was thinking about if they were your band, it'd be what? The DC and the Nasties.
Oh, yeah. I seen the Nasty sounds good, but honestly, man, I was thinking about rebranding the name of this show as DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, and the MisBeliefs. How y'all like that? Is
Number one, you're not David Ruffin.
Well, honestly, okay, but ain't nobody came to see you, Oshun.
They
Ain't
come to
nobody
see me
came to see you,
already.
Jessica. Ain't nobody came to see you. Alpha Man Pons. Okay, this is DC Paul, the Millennial Arsenio, and the MisBeliefs. It's like Tank of the Bangers. Like I can do my thing without y'all, but I prefer to have the MisBeliefs backing me up.
Let's walk out.
How you feel about that? Walk out.
You're nothing without us.
Listen, I'm Dylan, and Dylan. Okay, like I'm the Millennial Arsenio. I feel like Vance is he wish he had a mic of his own. So I can talk all the trash. No, don't give him a mic. I want to emasculate him one time. Get back. I don't need you. JK, man, I need all of my awesome ass crew. We got my man Alpha Man Joe working the boards today, and he got it down pat. Got my man Brian Evelyn working the camera file Facebook Live. What's happening, y'all? If you're watching on the Facebook Live, tune in, because Hifey Gallivant is going to do a live performance a little bit later on. And if you're watching, you're going to catch it. If not, if you're just listening, you're going to have to hear the recorded song played on the radio. Also, shout out to Kalena Celeste. She just had a birthday recently, and we also played 2 of her songs on this radio show.
Yay!
We support support local artists here at TheMisBelief. We only play music by local independent artists. So if you're a local independent artist here in New Orleans and you want your music played on the MisBelief radio show, send it to us at TheMisBelief@gmail.com, and we will put you on the playlist whether I like the song or not.
I mean, if you're an artist, you should be trying to get your music played anywhere and everywhere anyway if that's what you're really trying to do out here. So, I mean, we shouldn't have to be begging you. Come through.
This is true. I've often wondered why I beg artists to send me their music, and not just send me their music, send me a radio-friendly version of your single. If you're really trying to do this, if you're trying to go the radio route, I mean, honestly, radio isn't the only route to be a successful musician, you know, but if you want to go the radio route, you should have a radio-friendly single prepared, and that's either way you bleep out the curse words or you use an alternative word. Use your vocabulary.
I mean, they exist, you know.
Yeah,
Other
like,
words
like,
exist.
for instance, man, instead of using the N-word, what was that word you was using?
Oh, man.
Ninny hammer.
Ninny hammer, man. Ninny hammer.
Or Nicknog.
Nicknog.
Whoa!
We named the whole episode after
Ninny Hammer.
Ninny hammer. Yeah.
I want to start saying Nick Nog too. That's
Nick
so
Nog.
close.
Yeah.
Nick
Like,
Nog.
you know how when you watch
Nick Nog.
when you watch the edited version of a Spike Lee movie and they say Mickey Ficky.
Mickey Ficky.
Like,
I'm not.
Forget you, Mickey Ficky, and I'm like, oh come on, man, I don't even feel it the same way now.
Forget you other ninny hammers, because I'm down for my ninny hammers.
Oh,
But you got to have a different sounding voice too, so it's got to almost be like, Oshun, you start talking, and you do out of character.
Hi everybody, this is Oshun and I'm in this,
Ninny hammer.
you know what I'm saying, and we doing this
Fraggle daggle hot dog.
That was close. That
right.
almost
was
sounded
really
like
close.
something. That was very close.
That's
In
dangerous.
fact, let's check the FCC to make sure you can say Fraggle Daggle Hot
I don't
Dog
know if you
right here.
can.
I feel like that's
I don't think you
almost
can.
crossing the line, man.
It felt kind of across the line.
In fact, your
I felt it in my loins.
Oshun, your nephew Curtis, he likes to say nickel.
Yes.
That's my nickel.
That's my
I
nickel.
love that dude, man. I would hand him a quarter and be like, here you go, my nickel, you know, just because he don't know, and that's how we communicate.
Oh, he's learning how to count money now.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Oh.
man, damn it. Why would we learn how to count money?
Because he's in first grade.
But I like that we all could be his nickels.
Yeah. Oh, he loves that word.
He does.
I like that.
For his
That
2
works.
cents, I'll definitely be
Man, he really
That's my boo. Hey,
all
boo.
he's not helping me be a better artist because like every time I'm inappropriate around him, and he's 5.
6. Don't say he's
Six.
5.
He's 6. Every time I'm inappropriate around him, he laughs and it encourages me, right? And
It's just like having 2 toddlers.
every time he's inappropriate around me, I laugh. I'm supposed to discipline him. I can't. Like when he cursed me, when he pointed his middle finger and called me the B word, I was supposed to take my belt off and whoop him. I couldn't. I was just too
It's hard.
impressed.
It's funny when kids do
Yeah,
stuff like
I was
that. It's
impressed.
hard.
The way he was like, because he was mad.
He used
and
it in the right kind.
Yeah, he did. He with the middle finger and everything. I was like, man, I'm supposed to spank you, but congratulations for that. You just
But
cursed
he's
out your
also
curse.
grown up a lot, so
He put on some weight. I don't know about him growing up a lot.
but that's fine. He's playing football, so
But he's the fattest kid on the football team.
that's why he's on both teams.
And I feel like a piece you'd be like, man, I don't want to stunt your real nickelness. You feel me at a young
Right.
age. You feel me?
He exploits my baby so hard.
I do. I put him on my Instagram video every time I get a chance. I mean, I will make him sing my songs. You know, my song.
Oh,
about,
These
uh,
women.
Oh,
that we
pipes
don't
that we
even-
don't even.
I put him singing that song on my Instagram video every time I can. And I mean, yep, Hifey gonna sing it actually when he's on the radio a little bit later
Please.
on. He is. He's gonna sing it in a nice high falsetto like Prince. It's gonna be beautiful.
Well, I need you to thank him because Ninny Hammer has a negative connotation.
Right.
And Ninny Hammer, if you actually look that up, that means something that's a complete insult. So when we talking about white Ninny Hammers or ignorant Ninny Hammers, that's when
Yeah.
you're Ninny
That's when we
Hammer.
use that.
But when you my nickel though,
You my nickel.
Yeah,
You my nickel,
nickel,
right?
You'll hold 5 cents out to you.
Right.
boom. Yes,
That's real, man.
that's real, man.
I think we're gonna take a break and play a couple songs, and then reset for the next segment. Alpha Man Joe, you look comfortable but uncomfortable
Right.
here in the booth, like you know what you're doing, but you don't know what
He's
you're
a
doing.
beautiful shade of strawberry.
He is blushing. So do you have a song queued up for us? What you got? I'm curious. What you got? You Were Queen by Josef, man. I believe it was Manny King who sent us this song. Josef is a local rapper. He don't use no profanity, strictly positive. So this is Josef, You Were Queen, y'all. Stay tuned to the MisBelief radio show and don't get nothing on you.
This episode is called For My Nickels.
Probably.
For my nickel.
For my nickel.
I'll ride for my nickels. I'll die for my nickels.
All right, who first? Who we want to do?
Thank you for the love to our Instagram.
Okay.
But we can still do
Facebook Live followers.
Well, yeah, Hifey up
Thanks,
first.
Casper.
You don't matter. 17 don't matter to me.
Bless you.
What time you leaving?
You.
We getting a lot of love,
What are you
y'all.
talking about? We got our love? Who
Yeah.
love me?
Casper?
No one.
Who?
Casper.
Okay, let me get Hifey. Hifey Gallivant in your ghetto.
I'm gonna go get him. Boy, I'm supposed to set up a
All right, this week in Fashions by Jessica. What do
Say
we
what?
have? Fashions by Jessica.
I have on a cat sweater.
A cat
It's a
sweater.
very happy cat.
Very happy
It's a
cat.
pretty cat and little, and it's got little hands and big eyes.
And what was your inspiration in wearing that today? How
That's
you
a
feel?
type.
Because I
Little
like
hands and big eyes.
it has a big head. It actually kind of looks like me, you know? It's got a big head and some big eyes. And a little nose and little hands. I mean, look.
If you agree, like or love, if you agree that the cat looks like Jay
Yeah, I don't
Still.
know.
No likes, no
I
love.
wanted to wear a cat sweater. No likes, no love.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Everybody. Then I have
Make room for the, make room for the, I'm gonna get a chair.
Okay. Come on, Hifey. You can come sit next to me. Next to me as usual. That's cool. You know you want to sit
Yeah,
next to me.
Casper, we live. Thanks for the love.
So, Hifey, quick question. If a girl walked up to you and was like, say Red, what's your fucking number? How would that...
How would that make you feel? What would that do to you?
What's my response? Well,
Oh.
first my response is uh-oh, I forgot. Dang, I'm thinking about it. She kind of made me nervous.
Oh, blackout.
Wait a minute. I will feel. I don't know. I think I might like that. I might like that. I think I might like that. But
So you telling us that that's what we should do? When we
no,
want
this is one thing I believe. All women is not the same. Certain things don't work for everybody.
See? And by me going, say Red. What's
But-
your fucking number?
But
See?
I might just tell her, say what now? Tighten your ass up.
Take it.
Yeah.
rough
might
up
like
a little
that.
bit?
Yeah, kind of give it a little back, you know. I like it.
See you later.
What is going on?
Feeling me?
So Oshun, I think we should try this though.
I know. I'm just about to start walking around. I'm like, fuck.
You like, hey bitch,
Hey, bitch, what's your fucking number?
what's your number?
Oshun,
Yes. Is my mama watching? I ain't cuss.
give your best pickup line to Facebook Live.
I noticed you noticing me.
Ooh.
And I just wanted to put you on notice that I noticed you too.
Ooh.
Now we can take that I and you and make it a we. If you wanted to be down with Oshun.
That was beautiful.
That was 2 in 1. That's 2 lips.
God.
Jessica,
And really?
what's your best pickup line for the Facebook Live?
Oh my god. Say boy. Because that's how I like to start it. Say boy. Are you black because your skin is dark?
Oh,
Jessica!
oh no.
I don't know what happened. Oh,
She gets nervous.
Yeah, I do. I don't know.
Hi,
What's up, man?
what you got? Your best pickup line for the Facebook Live?
I've been feeling.
Hey, Jesus.
but that's
How you
mine.
doing?
That works.
I just hate.
How you doing?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Nope.
No? All right. That's cool. You don't have to give me your name. Can I just talk to you for a little bit? Just for a little while. I don't
She's
want to
like,
scare y'all.
fuck no.
I always scare them off. So, like,
If you think you scam off, just imagine. Say Red.
Say red.
Put your fucking number in my phone. It never works, and I've been trying so hard.
Say bitch.
Give me
Say
your
bitch.
number, nickel.
Mr.
Give me your
Bats,
number.
what you got? Best pickup line for the Facebook Live?
That.
that's it. Look at that.
You
He
just
just
saw
stares
it.
at people, it's just eyes.
You
It's
just saw it. My piece just went like this. That's all he does.
That's it. No words.
Come swim in this water. I'm a Pisces.
Oh,
That's what he should say. That's what he should say.
Man, she gonna be my ghost rider.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on,
Y'all know I have these
get 'em
lines.
for me. Get 'em for me.
I don't have much else. Okay?
I mean,
you
the
ever
one
seen
time
Hitch?
I tried to holler at a dude, it was like, it worked though, but it was like, he had a beard. And I was like, I like your beard.
Smooth.
That was it.
That's
I was
player.
like, I touched it.
That's
I was like,
player.
I like your beard. He was like, thank you. You know how they be. And that was it.
I think girl pickup lines are always different.
They're very like.
And it also depends
subtle
on the
and
girl,
sneaky.
because I'm not really.
Yeah, I was just gonna say indirect.
Yeah, I'm not really prissy, and I'm not really like dainty, but I'm very old school sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's either very extreme, very Republican, or very Democrat. I'm no liberal. It's never in the middle. It's always like, say, put your number in my phone, or excuse me, hi, how are you? See, it's two different people.
Oshun, Randy said hi. You wanna
Hi,
holler?
brother. That's my brother.
That's your brother?
Yeah, hi.
Give your brother advice on a pickup line.
So you have to know Randy. He's a Cancer. Pickup lines would be nothing for him because he don't do that. He'd be like, oh no, you know what? He'd probably go, hi, how are you? I'm Randy. That's it.
That's any of the work.
But if you've seen Randy, he's gorgeous, so it doesn't really matter what he says because
He says very true. Oh, snap.
they come to him.
Does Randy have a beard?
They don't come. You growing a beard now, Rand?
Does he?
Are you growing a beard? No? Yes? Atlanta changes people. I don't know.
Yeah, people go to Atlanta and their butts get bigger, their boobs get bigger, their beards get bigger, they get abs. If they dark skin, they get like super chocolatey and their teeth get white and shit. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
I can't do the beard.
That's okay. Beards are overrated. They're nice though, but.
You want to hear yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I rolling on?
The river. The river. 10.
We got to do 10.
I feel like I'm missing something.
What's coming together?
I don't know.
Who is this?
Think my kids your vibe.
I like this.
Yeah. This is that actor guy, Martin Fats Bradford, and I'm in here representing the Misbelief Radio Show. It's good, people. Who up in this mug with me?
Hi, everybody. It's me, the one and only fabulous unicorn herself. Boom. Oshun.
Boom.
The crazy cat lady. 'Cause I got a cat sweatshirt on, y'all. J Steel.
Yes, sir. And who else we have back there subbing in?
He's so uptown, bro. He's so uptown.
For more of that, check out the Flower Bass podcast. I swear, every time he comes in to speak, he always has a different New Orleans colloquialism. We don't know what he's going to say next, so I guess he's going to give us a little bit of that. You hush. He brought that shine back in his mug. Yes.
He said you shy.
He said he's shy.
Oh,
Shy.
You hear me? Look, okay, come on. Calm down. But anyway, yeah, you back with us, man. It's the Misbelief Radio Show. And we had our first interview segment. We in here with Hifey Gallivant. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Welcome, man. You were just in here talking about your lack of a beard dependency, and I'm right there with you. Hit the clap.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's way too itchy for me.
You say it's too itchy for you.
This is about as much as I can do right here. Then it gotta come off. All of it.
See?
That's okay. You don't need a beard. I feel like sometimes people use beards to overcompensate for other things.
Wow. That.
That was a strong one. As the most bearded person in the room has, he's
No
taking
shade.
offense.
That was no shade.
Nah, man, it's all good, man. All beards matter sometimes. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, we're in this interview segment, and as usual, we always start off, man, with the question: do you know what a misbelief is?
Yeah, I think I do.
You sure? You was kind of hesitant.
You know, it's one of them things was like you know ahead of time, you know yesterday, and then it's like, all right, come on, you remember? Oh, no. But I remember though. Misbelief, isn't that the leaf off of the tree with the what they call them, Japanese plums?
Yes.
But it's not the leaf. But you could keep going. What you saying?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna see where this go.
Me too.
Come on, Landry Parish.
Say your truth. Don't
Oh,
be
they put me on the spot. I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure. All right.
I think we should tell him,
I've
y'all.
never seen this much
okay,
sweat
I know.
from the fruit
Don't be
asking.
nervous.
Yeah, man, I can see my heartbeat. Yeah, did that ever happen to you? You can see it through your
I
eye.
can, yeah.
Oh man. Help me out. Help me out.
It's exactly the leaf that you were just talking about. No, it's a fruit. It's a Japanese plum, and it's
The fruit from the tree you was
it's a fruit. You talk about the right tree because you just said the Japanese joint, but it's the fruit. It's yellowish, yellow orangey goodness. It has a brown nut in the middle of it, or is that a seed? A brown seed in the middle of it.
I'll go with seed.
Yeah, you can take the seed. We're not gonna go there, but like, yeah, definitely. So yeah, and it's one of the things we gave out. We named the show after it because it's one of those things in New Orleans. We grew up here. It's like a synergy type of thing. Most people from here actually remember hopping people grandma fences.
Oh, I got one of them.
Oh, you got a misbelief story.
Oh.
What's up?
Man, in the early 2000s when I first moved down here, man, that was it was me in the neighborhood, a bunch of kids. It was me and this chick I used to be crazy about. Her name was Tisha.
Tisha.
Yeah, her name was Tisha. Oh man, she was beautiful.
Man,
Man,
shouts out to Tisha.
man, we took off on the street over. There was this old man, like he had a big one in his backyard. I would actually help her and her little brothers through the fence. We climbed the tree, and we had like a whole wagon full of them bringing them home. I mean,
You was the lookout? That's what it's all like. I open the door, I'm looking out, I let the brothers in, we going, we good.
yeah. I was like the lookout.
That's what's up. I'm glad you got a misbelief story, even though you didn't know what you was eating.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know what to call it at the time. I just know, like, it's colorful, tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't dead.
Right.
That's what's up. So, singer, songwriter, question mark? Songwriter, beautiful voice haver. I want you to tell me Hifey Gallivant in 3 words.
Let's see. Upfront, honest. Well, true to heart would kind of be the same thing. Just right there in front of you. What you see is just really what it is.
Authentic.
Yeah, authentic. That's it.
There we go.
I struggle with words a little bit.
I mean, but hey, you're an amazing artist, man. We're happy to have you on the show, and we play at least 3 of your songs, man. You one of those people that actually trying to get your music out here that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So what got you into singing? Like, what got you? Give us your story.
Oh man. Well, coming up where I was, it was just me.
From where?
Just me. No. I'm really not from the West Bay.
Sure.
It's actually very foreign to me. Very foreign to
Us
me.
too.
That's a good thing.
It really. It's like I went over there recently through like working and stuff, and it's like a whole nother world over there.
Come on, you get that lad for us.
They got everything over there. So it's like I understand why they don't have to jump over here.
Wait, I feel like that's shade. Wait a minute.
I mean, there's certain stuff like they don't have to. Because I'm thinking like, man, West Bank just a little country place or something like that.
You're right. Yeah.
They don't have phones.
They don't. What you talking about? It's myth that they do.
They don't.
Oh man, it's different over there. It's different. I hope. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that because I got friends over there. They might get offended.
They'll be alright. You're from the West Bank. So where are you from, though?
well, I'm from St. Landry Parish, a town called. I always used to say LeBeau because it's this country, so you don't know for sure. You can't tell what a line is. So it's like if you're from there, you say, "Oh, I'm from LeBeau," and then, "Oh, I'm from Palmetto," but it's probably all just the same thing.
So it's LeBeau Meadow.
Let's call it LeBeau Meadow. I'll go with that.
All right. So how you get into singing from being in this country? I guess you had nothing else to do.
My family down there is very into Cajun music. Very into Cajun music, but when I grew up and I realized that this was something I wanted to do, it's like I felt like I always came up short with doing the Cajun music, and I just kind of wanted to get into other stuff.
So your family, you have anybody else in your family as an artist or?
Oh, many of them. They're a lot older. As far as right now, it's only just me and a cousin of mine. Mm-hmm. He plays for. He's a drummer for an artist named Chris Arduin. Yeah, me and him, we probably about the same age. But other than that, all of the family before that, they go on by 2-3 generations of just just musicians, just learning how to play and sing by ear, kind of like how I did myself.
Right.
You play by ear?
Yeah, I learned by ear. I play by ear. Yeah, the only downfall is if you're up there and you're playing like with a band and you're not really used to it, you're gonna be in trouble if you can't hear what you're doing.
Oh,
That's the only downfall. So it's like, I'm like, man, I kind of need to learn some theory to where I don't really need to always listen for it. But the ear really helps. It helps with a lot of things. It's like a lot of electronics and stuff like that, and really instruments too. It's like you're not very dependent on things. It's like you can just do something from just you by yourself.
Your own instrument.
Right.
Definitely. So you're in St. Landry Parish, and how did you know? When did you know that singing is what I'm going to do? Songwriting is what I'm going to do?
Man, when I really figured that out, I was down here. I was 15 when I was 15 when I made that decision. So that's 10 years ago. Yeah, that's 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was 15, and I was like, because I was just kind of just cruising through life, being a young teenager and stuff. And,
as we do.
Yeah, just trying to find my place, and it's like once I did figure out that's what I wanted to do, it kind of changed everything for me.
What made you? Like, what was it? Was it a specific song, a performance? Like, what sparked it?
Man, honestly, just hearing the music. Hearing the music, like, the music is different. It's different. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love this. I love being here. I could have been moved back home if I wanted to, but I love it. I may not be born here, but I still claim it as home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. Just the music and hearing some of the different things and kind of just seeing it in person too. Like that makes a big difference. Like as far as like hearing stuff like I never had heard anything like Anthony Hamilton or stuff like D'Angelo and stuff like that. It's like you can hear it in the country.
Whoa, because the way you sing, man,
I know, man, exactly.
I feel like you just grew up on every bit of D'Angelo and Prince and all of them. Like,
that's the thing. That when it comes to me and learning of music, it's really like honestly, to tell you the truth, is going on still today, right now. If you brought me something and I never heard it before and I love it, it's like I'm addicted. I want more. I want to hear more. I want to learn. If there's something I can't do, it's like I want to learn how to do it. I'm willing to learn how to do it. I want to be better. And that was a good friend of mine. I call him Old Man Rooster. He put me on stuff like Prince and stuff. Yeah. And it's like I was like, man, all I really knew was like Purple Rain.
Oh, wow.
All I knew was Purple Rain. And then it's like I start going through albums. I realize how old he actually is. Because when I'm looking at him a couple of years ago, he don't really age.
He's the ageless one.
Yeah, and I'm looking, I was like, oh, man. And then, but it's like my the artist I look up to is D'Angelo.
Okay.
But me and his music is like, you're not really, I'm not going to say you're not going to hear a lot of him in my music, but it's just I like the idea of how he does what he do, But it's like I could say, okay, well, my influence is Prince. I'm influenced by Prince, but I feel heavily influenced by D'Angelo,
Right.
Heavily influenced, but come to find out, I didn't know he was heavily influenced by Prince.
Right.
So
Which makes sense.
Yeah, and I was already into D'Angelo before I even got into Prince, and then stuff just started making sense. And it's like music is like this it's like this kind of, it's a puzzle, and it's like pieces just kind of fall together, and you can trace, and it's like you trace, all right, D'Angelo and then Prince, and it's like, wait a minute, oh, James Brown, Marvin Gaye, and it's like, oh,
it's the puzzle.
Man. Yeah, stuff like that. And there's many other ones, that did it for me for sure. Just like I really felt like I was on to something. So still today I just keep going, whatever I can learn.
So you're a songwriter as well. So do you separate the songwriters that you love versus the singers, or it's all in one the same?
It's all in one.
Okay.
It's all in one. When I listen to the music, I don't really hear like a genre. I don't hear a genre. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, I have not. I've been on the internet a little bit. I'm not crazy on the internet, but I've been on it a little bit, and I haven't seen one thing mentioned about this song off of D'Angelo's new album, Black Messiah. His latest album. He has a song called Back to the Future.
Yes.
All right, now Back to the Future. Well, I listen to a lot of music. So, all right, I also listen to country.
Okay.
I don't like new country very much.
Okay.
A lot of my friends, exactly.
It's
I
too
agree
pop.
with you on
But
that.
if you listen to the older country, it's a lot easier to listen to because it's like, the stories.
Exactly.
But if you go back and you listen to some of the stuff like Al Green, Bee Gees, and stuff we grew up on, a lot of that stuff is actually the same thing.
Right.
It's just a different face and a different voice on it. You know, like, but that song with D'Angelo, there's a melody that he sings in the song.
Exactly.
You know, traveling at the speed of light and at the same time I'm in. All right, so there's that. And then there's a song by a country band named Alabama. And they have a song called Take Me Down.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I felt like maybe D'Angelo listened to this, and it's like that melody allowed him, because it's just a piece of the song they do it. They don't do it the entire song. But it's just like that little piece helped D'Angelo like make this entire song. Because it's like their song is like, you're the one, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, but it's like they don't continue it. They don't continue it, and it's like me personally, I've never met D'Angelo. I'd love to, but I feel like he's also one who listens to a lot of just different things.
But you'll be surprised by how many things we started. You know what I'm saying? That
Exactly.
then got taken over, and then you'll think, well, for whether country, jazz of today, people think white people is like, no, it's not like that's from us a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting as well as it seems really natural. You know what I mean? For that to happen. So let's put it back on you and your music. Do you have any projects out right now?
I have a couple of songs out right now. I'm about to release. I've sent y'all this one, but I'm about to just put it on my SoundCloud, and that one straighten it out. That one was fun. I got a new one today called Write It Down. Or if you don't like that name, you can just use the second one. You Everything. Me and my boy Crow So Fly made that one.
Crow in the building.
Shouts out to Crow.
Yeah, shouts out to Crow. We made that one. We actually made that one last year, and we just decided to come together, as a joint track. So it's like one of those songs. It's like it'll be on my project, and then it'll be on his too, because it took both of us to actually come up with the song. But my project coming up, I'm pushing for December.
Okay.
The name of the project is Self-Destructive.
Yeah, Self-Destructive is the name of my project. And,
Okay.
and of
Right,
course,
that's an interesting name.
Right.
it has to do. It's like I just was like looking in my little song bank or whatever, and just kind of looking through a couple of the ones that I had. You know, just trying to see if I could kind of find a trail with something that these all like. How many is it? Like 7. I think it's like 7 songs or more. They just come together and they say something, and that's what it came up with. Just a lot of the songs that I put together on that project is just they have that essence of things that just are, you know, not always just so good for you. That's I could just say I could say it like that. It's like it's not always good for you. Some of them are good for you. Some of them are good for you, but it's really all in like how you use it and how you make your decisions as far as your situation.
Right.
Because there's a certain, it sounds like you said, there's a certain honesty and just vulnerability that you putting out there. That because a lot of artists, they're afraid of certain being looked at a certain way, or they're afraid of certain topics and subjects. So
yeah, well, I ain't too afraid. I ain't too afraid of that.
oh, that feeling, I feel the building. You hear me?
I believe in it. It's like certain things. What is touchy to me is it's unexpected. Whatever it is, it's very small. It's unexpected. It's like, man, that really bother you? It's like, man, believe it or not, yeah. You know, like, man, yeah, Hifey does not like cockroaches. Like, I mean, I don't know anybody who does, but it's like, I excessively don't like cockroaches. Like,
I feel like I take it personal when you invade my house. Like you could have knocked.
I did not invite you, man.
You ain't even bother to knock on my window. You ain't let me know you was in here.
Something. Let me know I got roommates or whatnot.
Yeah.
What's something that offends most people that probably wouldn't offend you?
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. That
We know you don't like the cockroaches.
Yeah, I don't like the cockroaches, but as far as like being offended by certain things, well, I mean, you wouldn't offend me if you called me fat, because it's like I kind of called it to myself already.
So you say, look, I'm good with it.
Yeah, and then
But you're not fat, man.
But it don't help that I don't like to wear loose clothes. You know, I'm not gonna wear tight clothes like the pants in the '70s where they kind of show the package.
Yeah, but we ain't going '90s either.
I need
though.
to breathe.
Yeah.
But it's just really my own thing. It's what makes me comfortable.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about what makes me comfortable. It'd probably be good if well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that nowadays too. But that's just my thing.
It's just my thing. Well, man, first I want you to give us a little something before we kick it to your song. What song you got queued up for us, Alpha Man? We about to play that Straighten It Out. What's up, man? You made a face when we said that. Was good.
Oh man, yeah, that one was fun. I didn't know if y'all was playing on the new one. Like,
which one's
oh
man?
Write It Down. I sent that one to you.
You gotta write it down. Well, that'll be the second one coming up. So I want you to give our listeners a little taste of what you do. I saw you at the Jazz Market maybe a couple of weeks ago, killing it. What was you singing? I think it was a D'Angelo song.
It might have been How Does It Feel. Well, of course I like that one.
Right.
Give us a few bars of that just to let the Facebook Live know, what they about to get into. Because he about to perform for the Facebook Live for y'all out there, and if you're in your car, you're on the radio listening, you're going to miss out on that aside from what we got coming. So give us a little shum. Don't act like you know the words.
Something I always struggle with. Girl, it's only you. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide.
You don't give them no more. You don't give them no more. Don't give them no more. Don't give them no more. They got it. You gotta check the Facebook Live to get the rest of that.
Oh yeah.
I love Mark.
Yes, well you love me then, because it's Mark Bradford, that guy, you hear me? And we about to kick it to what's the song you said? Straighten It Out first, and you're gonna find a newer joint so we can give you all the Hifey Gallivant. Thank you for coming through. Tell them where you can find you at, and keep up with you and where they can find your next project.
On Instagram you can find me at Hifey Gallivant. Gallivant, that's HIFEYGALLIVANT. Man, that is a long last name. And Facebook, you can find me, under my normal name, Garyon Mason. That's GARRION.
So French, so nuanced.
Other than that, if you want to hear my music, just find me under Hifey Gallivant at SoundCloud, and it'll pull it all up for you.
My dude, you're so you, and I love it. Like, man, bro, like that. I wish you much success, man. You just you. You real, dude.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. So we about to cut to that. This is a Misbelief radio show with the whole colorful cast of cool creatives. And shouts out to DC Paul, who's out, handling business right now in this comedic and comedy way. And then Evers. Anything else? No, that's it. See y'all after the break, y'all. Don't get none on you. Not a little bit. Oh shit. Shucks. Shit. We're not on. We can say shit in this shit. Let's go out here to this. Yeah. It's coming. It's dropping soon.
I have
to. Still out.
Yeah.
She got bars.
Bars. I have to curse every so often.
How you doing, Kalena?
Kalena, y'all. Kalena Celeste.
So I don't know if it matters what side you're on, if it bothers you.
Oh, we doing it right here?
Yeah. Right there in front of the logo, yeah.
Some people,
Ready?
Oh, no, I ain't ready.
know where it's supposed to be. I know the grass ain't greener on the other side, but we can make this everything we need. That's not what you're saying to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything, and I know this ain't the one, but we can make this work. And I know I think we the best thing, yeah. Better write down what you say to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything, and I know they don't believe us. We'll make them believe us. I know I think we the best thing, yeah. But I know this, oh baby, you make me nervous. Oh baby, you make me feel like I'm the reason. Say the word and it's worth our while. Maybe if that what you say to me, maybe if that what you make believe. They don't want to ever see us cheat, so they try to make you leave. You try to make me leave. Why you try to make me leave? Why you try to make me leave? Why you try to make me leave? What you say is not for me. What you try to make me leave? What you try to make me leave? Better write down what you say to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything, and I know this ain't been working, but we can make this work. And I don't think we the best thing, yeah. Better write down what you say to me. Write down what you say to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything. I know. We'll make them believe. I don't think we the best thing, yeah. Me, you and me and you and I realize the human mind will go so far in time. But there's no waste of time. Remember those times? Oh, that's right. You didn't supposed to be there. Everything I was looking for. Baby, not you forgot what you singing. On the side of the that one, listen, yeah. I will do it, yeah. Baby, I'll do it. Send me a need, 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 yeah. Better write down what you say to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything, and I know this ain't been working. We can make this work, and I know I think we the best thing, yeah. Better write down what you say to me. 'Cause I know I told you everything, and I know they don't believe us. We'll make them believe us. I know I think we the best thing, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, hitting us with that. And that's that writing, man. That's y'all. That's y'all. Yes. Write down what you say to me, man.
We used to think about it like, man, what if Michael Jackson and Prince got together and wrote a song?
Oh, the song was happening. Unfortunately, but it's a whole other history lesson. But once again, appreciate y'all coming through. Hifey Gallivant. What's your name again, dude? Crow. Yeah, man.
And Crow
Tell them where to find you at, man.
Crow Fly 2W CROWWSOFLY. That's everything, y'all. On SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, my website, CrowSoFly.com. Y'all holla.
Crow so fly. You can't forget it. You feel me? You keep me moving, y'all. Get this camera off me. I gotta go prepare for the rest of the stuff.
All right.
Now the song in my head, yo.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You guys were amazing. I'm gonna follow you.
Thank you.
They were so freaking amazing. Shout out to them. Sorry, what was your name again?
Thanks,
Hifey Gallivant.
Hifey Gallivant.
Come on, Ken.
No problem. So talented.
Peace, man. Y'all enjoy y'all life, man. Everybody in the world, y'all enjoy y'all lives.
Why
Lives
me?
are short. Y'all can't just stop your lives and cut it off and nothing, man. Be positive.
Enjoy.
You sound good on there.
Oh, you heard me?
Yeah, you music because I always listen like every Saturday. Yeah, I always listen.
Getting a compliment. Thanks, brother.
That was it. Live and up close, live in person.
That's right.
Hifey Gallivant performing on the internet. Should I say? Or just, no, I'm gonna keep it simple. Facebook Live. Under pressure, you can't get it right, you know.
It was by, man. It was by.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
You just go watch the boy. Tell me how much time.
Oh man. I think this is the part when you put us out.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
put out. I mean, shit.
Yeah, if you want to stay, you're more than welcome to watch the rest of the show.
You gonna start a campfire right now?
I mean, like, oh, you got some other thing? I got you. All right.
Them right here. Papa Joe, how's it going?
Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Also getting lost in the sauce. All right, Tay. Hey.
Been knowing you before
10
puberty.
seconds, we're at 10, yo.
I've been knowing you before puberty.
Oh my gosh.
So you gonna come at me with the call it out. You ever know somebody before puberty, then they get nicknames, and then they say you don't call you by that nickname?
And we're back. This is the Misbelief Radio Show. This is that actor guy, Martin Batts, Bradford, and I'm here with my folk, with my people, with Jam. I'm gonna throw it to the right.
Hi, everybody. It's me. I don't know if I should say my real name or Oshun because I'm getting threatened. But it's Oshun. Hey, y'all.
We're gonna get to who threatening in a minute, and we pass it all to our left, man. Wilson here.
Jay's still keeping it real.
Yes, indeed. And my dude in the booth holding it down from the cast.
I can't deal with him today. I can't.
You heard me? With that okra, without the slime note? You got that slimeless okra, you got that slime in that there. Your joint good? I feel it. All right.
We're not. We're not.
They said that. You can pull up every one of them.
No.
So we're here for our second interview, man. We in this piece, and this is Oshun Peoples. He up in here clowning her because he knew her from back in the day. He knew her before she was Oshun, the unicorn. So I'm gonna just throw it on over here to Miss Oshun and bring her folks.
Ladies and gentlemen. Someone who I have been knowing for 20 years of my life, 21 years, I'm sorry, of my life. The one and only. Even shout out to his mama. Hey, Miss Temple.
Oh.
The one and only Kenneth Temple.
I like that introduction. I like that you just put it on, drop the hands, and the one and only Kenneth Temple. You know, yeah, bro. I just had LaWan on the show Tuesday.
I know. We're going to get into that. Don't give me too much yet.
I'm not giving you too much. I'm just going into the history. And LaWan had to remind me, like, it's been since, like, 96.
Yep.
And we went to counting, and we're like, damn. It feels different to say I've been knowing somebody for 20 years.
I know.
You know what I mean? We're still only in our early 30s, and all they say, I've been knowing you for 20 years.
Man, that's considerable time.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
that's growth.
So as before we get too deep, we gotta ask the normals, man. Do you know what a misbelief is?
See, I already had to jump on the last interview,
Yes,
right?
sir.
In my head, I was like, it's either two things. It's either a spiritual thing or them trees or the misbelief trees.
Yes, indeed. So you got a story from back in the day.
I mean, I had a misbelief tree in my backyard, so
Oh.
I know all about them things.
You was the victim
You
then.
were privileged.
Yeah, very
Yes,
privileged.
that's what we call y'all on the show. You're
Very
privileged.
privileged. Appreciate that. Yes.
Yes. Give another hand for the privileged.
The privilege. Get a hand clap. Yes.
You know, we only meet so many people that actually have
I know
misbelief
it's a
trees.
myth.
Yeah, we used to throw them at each other as kids.
Y'all wasted good misbeliefs.
I mean, they just had it like that.
I mean, we boys, so I mean, you were boys, we be boys. I
Yeah,
mean,
true
you know,
that.
you eat one, you're probably taking too long to climb the tree, you start throwing them at them.
Real. I can't even front that as real. But back to you, Oshun. Bring us in, man.
Okay, so we're gonna go and talk about how Kenneth Temple from Marion Central became.
Wait, pause. There's a mic.
There you go. There's a mic.
Take one, Jay.
You went to Marion Central?
I did.
You gotta say it in the mic, Jay. Still good.
Jay still is struggling.
I told you we
When
went to
did you go to
Marion
Marion
Central.
Central?
She's younger than we are.
She's younger than. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
You're welcome.
We paved the way.
Thank you.
We were the first class to go through all 3 years and
Oh,
made
I
Central
got you,
what
I
it
got you, I
was.
got you.
So we the reason why we had a middle school popping off like a high school because
Yeah.
we was a little
Wow,
rowdy
thank you
bunch.
for that.
You're
We were
welcome.
very rough
You're
kids.
very welcome.
We were very rough kids from different environments, different walks of life, thrown together in like a real world aspect, and they watched us.
Yeah, they literally kicked us out of school. Like,
Right.
I mean, I went to St. Leo the Great down the street, and they brought us all in for 5th grade. And was like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna be here next year.
Oh, wow.
You said why?
And then you became the trap chef.
Yes.
Right. I mean,
So
transition.
Take me through the journey. I never knew you like cooking like that when we were younger? When did this happen?
Me either.
I know. So how
I never liked it either. So I mean, the whole thing is my father always used to do some baking when I was a kid. So that was my introduction to cooking. But I wasn't like, you know, these little top chefs, these little mini top chefs, junior chefs.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, I was like everybody else in this room. So Thanksgiving, can I get at least a dinner roll until the food's ready? You know, I didn't grow up with grandma's kitchen at her stove or nothing. It was when I got into high school or back into my senior year, you know, you got to make a decision what you're going to do with your life. So the Iraq War was just popping off, and I know the military wasn't for me. So I had Nickel State came through one day. And, you know, they had the little booths, you know, they come around, the little booths and their pamphlets, and I saw they had a culinary program out there. I had a cousin playing football out there, so I was like, oh, I could easily go check out the campus. I knew I couldn't go to Delgado because staying at home, I would have just played all day. Right. So I ended up going out there to Nickel State and finding that gift, you know. And I had a very interesting journey out there in Nickel State. How much do I just keep rolling with the story? This story is prevalent.
Get it in.
So I got into Nickel State freshman year. I mean, I ended up getting suspended my freshman year in college. So we can get into that off air, why I got suspended actually. On Facebook Live, why I got suspended actually.
Facebook Live get the exclusive.
But you know what I mean? So I got suspended, and it ended up being a good life lesson for me to learn about focusing on what you really should be doing with your life rather than what you shouldn't be doing, right? So after that, I stayed on the plane. I ended up going to Delgado for summer school to make sure I didn't fall too far behind. So I got back in the spring of 05. I got back spring 05, ended up making the dean's list. I mean, look, I did so little.
I see.
I did so little. Wait, this is how little I did in college my freshman year. I failed freshman studies.
Freshman
How did
studies.
you do that?
I told y'all I give y'all the behind the scenes exclusive after we finished. That's how little I did in college, right? But I did that. I ended up going back in fall. Of course, Katrina hit 1 week into school. So here I go from bouncing back from getting back into school, getting suspended, to coming back. Katrina happened, can't come back home for 5 months. And just with the grace, like, you know, right on time, culinary program was starting. So then I got my introduction to the kitchen, and food became my salvation. So it was a pretty good thing. I actually started, my first kitchen job was at Cafe Roma on the lake. I started off as a delivery driver, and then I worked my way up into a line cook. So I was splitting shifts between line cooking and doing the delivery drive, and that was something that I ain't never had been done before. That's how I learned how to do that chef flip. You know what I mean? I learned how to do that chef flip.
The chef flip.
Back there at Cafe Roma, and then I just got into that culinary program, and you ever make something so good it shuts everybody up?
Yes.
Yes, you know about that, Jay Stills?
I know about that.
This is that girl Nola.
See, Jay Stills, I bought some of this seasoning, some of my homegrown seasoning, so I'm gonna put you to the test.
What is that? That's
This is blackening seasoning. I don't want to call it Cajun, but this blackening seasoning. So we're gonna put your skills to the test, and you can go ahead and try that. So my first dish I ever made was a remoulade, shrimp remoulade. And I made the recipe, and I silenced the whole class. Like, I'm talking about, like, the teacher was like, anybody got anything to say about it?
silence.
And it was quiet. I thought it was a bad thing. And then, you know, as everybody else went through, everybody started, you know, giving their Wendy Williams impersonations of why, like, why I think you could have did this, and not just mean the gossiping, you know, trying to pull you.
Yeah.
And it was completely silence about me. So then I had a little, okay, we can do this. The teacher who was there at the time kind of like leaned in something, was like, look, like, I think you should really stick with this. So, like, you got a little gift, run with it. And I actually helped them bring back the Ormond Country Club in Destrehan after Katrina, and I helped bring that back up to life after that. And then I got into this other second part of the class where the teacher basically tell you in soup, stocks, and sauces. I actually go into these stores in my cookbook that's coming out.
Come on, you better plug.
Right.
I was getting
recipes from my New Orleans kitchen coming out sometime this year, hopefully in a few weeks, you know what I mean? It'd be $29.99. Go to ChefKennethTemple.com.
Just in time for the holidays.
Get that, ChefKennethTemple.com to get that. So I go into these stores, right, because he tells every student what you should be doing with your life. Should you still be doing this, or should you not be doing this? And he said, Kenneth Temple, come here, let me talk to you, son. Walk over there, was like, well, the reason why we're having this is so you can know if you should be staying in this department or if you should go do something else. The longest pause of my life. The longest pause of my life. The pause, I'm so serious. And he was like, well, there's no secret, son. You should be in this kitchen. You should just stay with it. And, you know, so with all of that going on, you know, they got other things that happened. But I actually ended up becoming the first black homecoming king in Nichols State history. And we're talking 2007. I mean, Nichols is a PDW. That means predominantly white school. And I would have thought, you know, homecoming king, that's just, you know, that's just for fun. But I actually go from being suspended for one of those old boy reasons to being in the school paper for old boy to old boy.
Right.
I want you to not
Those
be
are the best
modest.
stories.
I want you to tell everybody how you are cooking for all these celebrities and you making Instagram pop.
And how did you? I'm sorry. Mom.
Okay.
How did you go from working for these other restaurants and being a culinary student to becoming a private chef? Like, what was that transition like? On top of who
Right.
have you?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, while I was in culinary school, it was either work at a restaurant or do these side hustles with the school. And the school always had side hustles with catering, off-site jobs to build money for the program. And I always did those because it was more free. And when I say free, meaning you had different menus, you had new experiences, you had different audiences. And that's the thing I love about food. I love the intimacy of it. So I always knew I didn't want to be a restaurant chef because you're talking about 17 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
One of my instructors, the same one that called me over and was talking about, like, I'm going to tell you what you should be doing is, he had a daughter who was a cheerleader from kindergarten all the way to senior year in high school. Guess how many times he's seen her chill? Take a guess. Pop one off.
I'm gonna go with one.
One.
I'm gonna go with none.
None.
I ain't in this.
She ain't in this. My name Kenneth, I ain't in this.
Right.
Not 0 times. 0 times.
Yeah.
0 times. You that dedicated to the kitchen that you lost your memories with your child that you never could get back. You couldn't just turn that thing over one time and be like, you run the kitchen.
Right.
So those things showed me like, all right, maybe not the restaurant because of the dedication and just the sacrifice you got to put into
You want
it.
to live, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like I'm more than just a chef. You know what I mean? So I always want to keep that opportunity around to do other things. Like if I was in a restaurant, we couldn't have this opportunity to come on the radio show. Saturday night, I'm banging and getting.
Oh,
But-
I know. It took me a
but
while
you-
to get you.
But you know what I'm saying? When you do a private chef, you know it's all on. So I started off. I did my internship at Zia's. Zia's on St. Charles. Shout out to Zia St. Charles.
shout out to them.
Y'all just end up opening back on Metairie Road. Go check them out. I do have the recipe to the corn grits. Yes, I
Wait.
do.
And they
have
are
the
so
recipe to
good.
the
Oh my
corn
God, they're
grits.
so good.
Yes.
What?
I did sign an NDC, but I still got the recipe. But so I did that, and my uncle, who was a doctor, one of his patients was cooking for Chris Paul and Reggie Bush, and I had told him I want to do the private chef thing, and said I got just the guy for you. Me and Chef Patrick met. Shout out to Chef Patrick. Me and him met. 3 months later, he called and said, one of the Hornets players looking for a chef. You ready? I said, what's his name and his number? So I went from making $9 an hour on the line, $15 because I was making the grits. I was making the bulk stuff at Zia's. And then I ended up making $75 for cooking one meal.
One meal.
So y'all know what job I wouldn't pursue after that.
Oh,
You know
Wow.
what I'm talking about. So I've cooked for NBA players, NFL players, politicians, CEOs, Grammy artists, Hollywood producers. I traveled the world. I normally go to Durban, South Africa during the Essence Fest or during their regular business week and do a cooking demonstration, being an ambassador for the city of New Orleans. I worked on 2 nationally syndicated cooking shows, and you know, all of this stuff has happened just being a private chef. And this was, you know, my goal was always to branch out and expand. I can't branch out and expand just cooking for celebrities. I mean, Beyonce, I've been like literally this close to cooking for Beyonce. But what's for you is for you. I cooked for Lil Wayne before, cooked for Irvin Mayfield, Malcolm Jenkins, Greg Monroe, Mitch Landrew, Ray Nagin, Soledad O'Brien, every president for all the top universities in New Orleans.
I mean, your cooking feel like you meet people that can change the world.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
Through the food.
You know,
give me someone's. Do you have any idiosyncratic, like weird food fetishes that would be?
I mean, I specialize in different diets. So I have a client right now who's on a blood diet, and his wife's a vegan. So you just imagine having fun with 12 ingredients you can use, and then the wife that's a vegan. So it's different things like that, you know, and it just pushes you to be able to create different things for them. And I don't do any wacky stuff. Like, don't ask me to cook pig guts and fried grits. Like, call somebody else.
That's good to know.
Yeah, call somebody else. Like, if I'm a cook for you, I want you to taste that love and that deliciousness. You know, I don't want to be like that.
Is there anything that you think is your specialty, or like maybe traditional dishes that would be your signature? I know you make different things for different people, but like
Right, yeah. I mean, all 75 plus of those are in my Southern Creole recipe from
Yes.
New Orleans. Cookbook is coming out this year, you know. But you know, I didn't grow up, like I said, I didn't grow up in my grandma's kitchen, so I didn't really have an authentic jambalaya until I was 18 years old in college.
Oh wow, right.
So I had a dirty rice recipe. Funny story on dirty rice. So my mom, I come home one day, my mom gave me my roommate a recipe for dirty rice. And how I found out, he was like, yeah, I got this dirty rice recipe from your mama. I said, who mama? He said, your mama. I said, boy, my mom ain't never made no dirty rice a day in her life. What you talking about?
You ribbing me?
Right.
Your mama.
And so I called my mama like, Mom, what you doing giving out dirty rice recipes? You ain't never made it for me. Boy, it's just a damn lie. I do make a dirty rice recipe. Name one time you made it when I was there. Oh, you was gone after that. Rest my case. So you handing out dirty rice recipes.
His mama is so funny.
You know what I mean? So a lot of authentic New Orleans cuisines. I mean, I had gumbo, I had red beans, I had fried chicken, all of that. But the rest of the culture, the smothered okras and the etouffees and the stuffed peppers, all of that, yeah. But it was the depth of understanding the techniques than just having that. How can I say? Just having the black hand aspect, but just having understanding the 7 cultures that create this Creole Cajun flavor that we got going on. So it was good to go to Nickel State and learn those things. So everything that I do now is Cajun Creole, and I promise y'all, like if y'all follow me on Facebook, like I've seen a lot of bad tasty style videos with gumbos and red beans and rices.
Come
on with it.
With the tomatoes and the red beans.
And pickle and spices and gumbo.
Yeah,
Food Network, I'm ashamed at y'all. So
they just can't seem to get us right unless they get one of us.
You see what I'm saying? So I was going to start branching off because I do Cajun Creole, Italian. I do a little bit of Caribbean. I do a little bit of Mexican. But I see like the world, like they just don't understand the culture. If you say black, and then they're going to think you got 8 jalapenos and like sriracha sauce in there, they're going to be like, it's too spicy. I said, no, our food is seasoned. Y'all do salt and pepper. We do salt, pepper, cayenne, white pepper, oregano, thyme, a little black pepper, a little bit of bay leaf, a little bit of garlic, a little onion, celery, bell pepper. See, yours is here, ours is there. That's the difference. So I'm about to start my own YouTube channel called Hunger Trap, and it's going to be basically doing Cajun Creole taste style videos, so I can educate and represent for the culture. You know what I mean? So when I start doing all this, I need y'all to help me go viral, so the rest of the world can know these things. You know what I mean?
Okay, so how did the Hunger Trap pop off? Because that I don't know.
So the Hunger Trap, this is how the Hunger Trap started. So about last year, I had the opportunity to work with this guy, Darius Cooks. He started something called the Black Food Network. So we started the Black Food Network, and just as quick as it started, just as quick as it ended. But seeing myself on camera, I was like, man, I really can do this thing. So, but I mean, I stay in like, I ain't gonna say I stay in the hood house, but I don't stay in like a condo downtown because it's all about locations. You know what I mean? Well, the viewers don't know that. You know what I mean? So my kitchen ain't the prettiest. So I'm like, man, my kitchen really look like a little trap kitchen. You know, I got 2 cabins, I got white walls, and I got this old stove, and like
he see it, y'all.
Like I'm looking at it like
for the radio viewers out here listening, he out here actually like putting the kitchen in the corner. You're like, look, I'm seeing my kitchen. Y'all need to see this.
Right. So I'm like, man, how can we flip it? So I started off calling it the Trap Kitchen, but they got the young brothers out there in LA who killing the game with the name already. So I don't want to cause any confusion. I don't want to backbite or anything like that. So when I first started Instagram, I always used to post pound Hunger Trap, because you see something delicious, you be like, damn, like you.
It's like a thirst trap.
Right, you stuck.
Yes.
You heard me? So you stuck. So Hunger Trap it was, and then it just started. Every Tuesday I would just go on. I play live music. I have guests. We have fun. I teach people how to cook. You know, my thing is not to teach you how to make something quick and fast that's processed. I'm not going to show you how to take a cinnamon roll and stuff that up and cook that. That's our pills. I'm going to show you how to make a cinnamon roll. Yeah. So my goal is to influence people to get back in the kitchen and make them more confident about their skills. Because a lot of people think cooking is complicated, but I hope somebody like my stature can make this relevant for you to do it. That's why I'm starting an online cooking class called Kitchen Domination. It'll be out soon. I am looking for beta testers to walk through that thing and make sure it's perfect for everybody. I will beta test. All right, Jay Stills.
I'm making all man.
It comes with a cookbook.
I'm the resident foodie.
She got a food blog.
And you don't know about me yet. See, this is the problem
about
New Orleans.
I'm learning. I'm woke now.
See, you woke. See, but this you got to smell of gumbo. Joe, you heard the smell of gumbo. She ain't paying attention. But it's that's why I want to get out just from being a private chef, because if I'm just in these celebrities' homes, I'm dedicated to them. The rest of the world don't know me. Right. You know what I mean? But then there's people who's food bloggers who have 100,000 more followers than me, and I'm like, I promise you, I'll cook them in 2 seconds. But because everything's about perception and reach, you know, so that's why I even started blogging, and that's how I use the Hunger Trap. I give out the recipes every week. You know, you sign up on the email list, I'm shooting you out the recipe, I take the pictures, you know what I mean, I do the blog post. Since you're a food blogger, you know what I mean, I want you to go ahead on and look at some of these photos right quick, and, you know, go ahead on and enjoy yourself. So, I mean, so that's how the Hunger Trap really got started. You know, it was just another avenue for me to gain more exposure and gain more reach for the people.
Her face is as if she looked at a man
I'm
with some
just in
abs.
heaven,
That's
bro.
just
I
like
mean,
8 packs
it
over
might
here.
as well. But oh my god, I'm looking at lobster and shrimp ate too fast.
Yeah, I actually made that on the Hunger Trap. Lobster and shrimp at 2
Sure
cents.
did.
Yeah, make that on the Hunger Trap. I show
I'm
you how to
talking
make
about
all
like
that
a
stuff.
whole lobster tail, y'all. I'm not talking about the little imitation. No, this. Oh my god.
Yeah, this ain't frozen. You know what I mean, we're not getting this from Walmart chopped up in chunks. I'm gonna show you how to do. I'm gonna show you the proper way to cook for you to feel confident about it.
The next question I have is, when can the misbelief get up on the Hunger Trap, especially me?
Man, so is it the misbelief or Oshun? I'm just trying to.
Oh no, I gotta roll with my posse, my crew.
How many of y'all coming? See,
It'll
I just
be
need
4
you
of
to know.
us.
Yeah, before y'all.
Yeah.
Now see, it's in my house, so
I
we
know.
gonna have to work out some stages and some steps now. And when I say stages and steps now, that just means every time in the Hunger Trap, the fun thing I do that's different is each step I tell everybody put a 1 in the L.
Okay, how about you do this?
First
How about
step.
you do 2 one time, then 2 the next time?
I mean, we can make that work.
All
We can get y'all all in. Because see, the more mouths that's on it and tasting this product, they're going to know I'm not lying to them.
Hey.
Don't get nothing on yourself.
Don't get nothing on yourself.
You know what I'm talking about? So the more people who taste it, the more the people can really believe it. You know, like when I started doing the seasoning, everybody was like, you know, I want it when it's coming. It's
Right.
coming. You know, I had to work out the money to make sure I get this thing down so it's affordable. Because, I mean, this is good.
Oh, I seen it.
This is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most spice companies, especially Cajun Creoles, is 90% sodium.
Right.
My formula is 70% herbs and spices. The other 30 might be salt.
Yeah.
And I
So-
see you have no MSG, which is really good.
Facts. I ain't lying to your palate.
That's wonderful.
She said, I'm not lying to your palate.
I ain't lying to your palate.
Man, and this was the one beautiful thing I will say off the dump is like you fell into your passion, you fell into your art, and that's just amazing. Which is why y'all need to check out my dude Trap Kitchen. You need to check it all out because you never know. You might have an inner super chef inside of you, and you don't even know because you ain't even tried. Because most times we just get this processed stuff thrown in the microwave and keep going. It's like almost a culture at this point.
I mean, you know, people, we've definitely got lazy because we are a microwave society. But if somebody gives you the game to actually know how to prepare something, you'll take the due diligence. I mean, you know, Louisiana is one of the most obese states in the country, and even if you just eat at home 2 days out the week out of something that you cook, you actually cut your costs at diabetes and et cetera, just because you freshly prepared this stuff. Now, of course, you won't get into, you know, what the health and all that. Yeah, you can get into that, but like I always tell people, if it costs you $1.08 to buy the burger, what you think it costs them to make it?
Exactly.
Correct.
So if you go home and make a burger, no, okay, ground meat might be shite. Okay, well, you go buy a piece of ground chuck that costs $14 and you tell them ground it up yourself. It might be the most expensive burger you ever had in your life, but if you go to such and such protocol, you're going to spend $10.50 on the burger.
Correct.
So you might as well spend $14 on yourself for 2 pounds of beef.
And add some years onto your life.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So another thing I always tell people is you either pay for it now in your health or you get it now in the back end for prescription medicine.
Yes, indeed.
That's so true.
Mr. Food is my salvation has been in the building. That struck me hard, man. Well, I mean, that's all we got for you, man. Appreciate you coming through, dropping this knowledge,
Appreciate
man.
that. I like to come back. I mean,
Definitely.
you know, it's a good time to be on the radio. You know, they always tell me I got a radio voice. I'm just out here just talking, you know.
I mean, you's a natural, man. We'd love to have you come back through, definitely.
Yeah,
Especially when we get the reviews after we send some out folk out to check out Trap Kitchen.
Hunger Trap.
I'm sorry, Hunger Trap.
I'm
I'm sorry, Hunger Trap. You have a Trap Kitchen.
Them Bloods and Crips looking for me in New Orleans. Say, cuz. Whoa.
I'm sorry, the Hunger Trap. Hey, Alpha Joe, what you got queued up for us? Oh, we got coming up. So before we get into that, Kenneth Temple, let them know once again where they can find you at.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, at Kenneth Temple. Please keep it simple. Hunger Trap the exact same. Go to Facebook and go look up at Hunger Trap Show. And you can, I'm out of friends on Facebook, y'all. So you can follow me, but follow me on Kenneth Temple, man. Kenneth Temple, like the place of worship. I'm not Chef Kenneth and all that. Look, man, Kenneth Temple, I am my brand.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Oshun, a.k.a. I know you since...
Don't.
You better drop a compliment. You better drop the
Cut his mic off.
All right, man. This is the MisBelief Radio Show. We'll be back in a bit, man. Let's go, man. Don't get nothing on you.
Oshun, I've been knowing you since all that juice.
Oh my God!
It's been dropped.
Oh, you know what? I told him what my nickname was. I was like, if he called me this, don't be shocked, okay?
I'll never call you the SB
I didn't hear what it
No.
was.
Oh, she wasn't here.
Sugar booger.
Wait, it's Sugar Booger.
He calls me Sugar Booger.
You said it was Sugar Bear.
That's because he's the only person that calls me Sugar Booger.
Oh, Sugar Booger. She told us Sugar Bear.
You know how when you nickname yourself, everybody, you can't just call it what you want.
Right.
Flip that thing.
Egg.
Sugar Booger.
Get your eye cooked shirt. Look, this is actually like a mock shirt. Like, this ain't even what it looked like no more. I actually made it a little bit more sexy. Go to chefkennethtemple.com.
You better plug
Get you
yourself,
some
boy.
merch. Get you some merch. Follow me. Don't play if you're really trying to learn how to burn. Come to the Hunger Trap Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. You hear me?
Every Tuesday, rain,
Every
sleet,
Tuesday.
snow, shine, no matter where he at.
Right.
Atlanta, LA, Houston, he always cooking.
You heard me, man.
Yes.
Facts on facts.
Support, man.
There we go.
Some of that deliciousness in your life.
I'm gonna get some of that too. Cause he's
Some of that.
Is this the where are these gonna be available? Are you selling
Online.
Online?
Yeah.
And
All
what
on site.
other flavors?
Nola, excuse me. Yeah, a little less pepper. Of course, you know Cajun got a little bit more pepper in it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
come on, Ken, come take the
But
picture
your food is
outside.
so,
I
yeah.
am. I'm gonna use
Take
it.
that home and
Thanks for coming through,
I
man.
appreciate
Thank
my
you.
baby. Good meeting you, King. Good meeting you. Good meeting
You
you.
gonna be back?
No, good. We 27. All that good stuff.
Come on, Sue.
Okay.
What camera we looking at?
This one.
This is the most
You
important
know,
one.
we be looking at the had me looking cockeyed and, you know, looking at the comic strips.
My Centurions.
Good.
Oh, I love you so much. I'm so
Thank you
proud of
for
you,
having
bro.
me. Thank you for having me.
I told you I
Have
was
some
gonna
fun.
get you out of here.
Good meeting you. Y'all stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble.
We gotta
We'll
get
try.
one thing. We gotta deviate from the food just for a second, if you don't mind.
Oh,
All right, so
we always do questions of the day.
I ain't scared of.
Okay, so what would be your, well, two questions. Number one, if a girl came to you and was like, say, Red, say, put your number in my phone. Like, what would you say?
I don't hear that.
Oh, see, it doesn't work. So what is your favorite go-to pickup line when you're meeting a woman, a lady friend? How would you go to her?
How you doing? Done.
That's it?
Done. How
All
you
right.
doing?
How you doing? That's it.
I always was taught that you don't have to run game if you're confident in yourself. So, I mean, just be you. I mean, I like to talk to everybody. So let's say, how you doing? And if she curvy, she curvy. Turn to a friend. How she doing?
All right, keep going. Bye,
Kick
kid.
me out. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Have a
I'm
good
gonna get
one.
out of here.
Just go down the stairs, same way. Yes. And when you get to the door, I'm gonna bring you up.
Kalina,
Yes.
you see a guy you like. What you
Okay.
say? What's your pickup line?
If I see a guy I like, the first thing I'll do is I'll walk up to him and I'll be like, oh my God, hi. Sam? Is that you from school? And then once you say no, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, my name's Kalina. What's your name? I'm sorry, you look like someone I know. And then I stalk him for weeks.
How's that work, Kalina?
It works all
It
the
works?
time.
Okay, do it on bet.
Hey! Aren't you Timmy from like the Art Institute? You went for acting, right? Did you really? What year did you go to though?
Huh?
What year did you go?
About 2012.
Oh my God! You know Miss Wheeler.
Miss Wheeler, yeah.
Hi, do you remember me? I'm Kalina. Can I get your number? We should totally like get drinks one day so we can like
Hey, you better
talk
work
about,
it,
you know, like school. This has been such a long time.
Miss Wheeler, I ain't seen her in a minute. That's
Right? Me either.
really in
That's
the
so
class?
crazy. Yes!
Like you act better than me.
Yeah,
I would have been like,
about it.
what?
Shit, alright.
And you remember I was the one that actually like copied off your homework. Remember I came in super late and then I asked you for your homework and you were like, sure, you can take like a few questions. You remember?
Oh!
Yes! Oh my God! I'll see you later.
Oh, she's going in for everything. Go ahead. Yeah.
And that's how you get a
Busy.
number. That's how you get
a
that
number.
juice.
She got the juice.
Oh, she wanna holla at Alpha Joe right quick.
Huh?
Give Alpha Joe that line.
Say, Red, say. Put your number in my phone, bitch.
Oh, she's so sorry.
What you say? What you say? How do you feel?
But Joseph like that kind of shit. So don't let him fool you. He like aggressive women.
What if you be like, hey, what's up?
So that's what men be saying to women that they like.
He like that shit. He be like, hey, what's up?
They like that shit. Child.
Honestly, though, Joe, if a chick will find that shit rolled up on you legitimately, it was like, give me a number, bitch. You at least be like, wait a minute, huh?
No, because I can only imagine what she like in the bedroom. If she calling me a bitch in person.
I mean,
Hey, that's okay, right?
In the bedroom, I'm just.
that's okay.
It's a problem for me.
Oh,
I'm only a bitch half the time. I can't be a bitch the whole time.
So what's your pickup line?
My pickup line?
Yes.
This is a good one. Come on.
Well, my pickup line is like, how you doing, baby? You wanna know something about me? I'm black and white. I'm black at the bottom, white at the top. Once they get what black at the bottom is, they say, well, what's happening when you're white at the top? Because that pussy I'll conquer it. Manifest destiny.
Manifest
You
destiny.
don't get the fuck away from me with that shit. I don't know what.
Wait, Oshun, you walk up on niggas and say, give me your number, bitch. And you gonna hate on my man progress with his manifest destiny.
Okay, sometimes I don't say the B word. It depends on how they look.
Facebook
But
viewers,
most of the time I'll be like, hey, bitch.
send us your pickup lines. Try to holler at someone. We have Jessica, we have Jay Steele, we have Oshun, we have Kalina. Holler at someone. You can holler at Alpha Joe, you can holler at Mr. Bats. Holler at someone. Holler. We're gonna tell you if it works. We're gonna tell you if it works.
I mean,
What you got for Oshun when she ready?
He gonna tell them to give us pickup lines and see how we react.
I know how to holler at girls.
Want to take it back?
Jay Steele's out.
We are
I
currently
love this
hearing
song.
the sounds
That was
of
just
Ricky Rome, huh?
That was just left. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that was
I played this song already.
Ooh, we smelling the seasoning.
All right, y'all, come on, get back in the booth.
Hey, Jay Steele, are you keeping it real estate?
You gotta say all day, every day.
I mean,
Huh? I flipped it on me,
Yeah,
y'all.
keep
Huh?
it
Flip it
real.
off me. Flip it off me. Okay.
There you go.
And we are back. Welcome back to the MisBelief Radio Show. Hey, yo, Alpha Joe. Wait, am I on now? Was I on before?
Yeah, you're on now.
I'm on now. I wasn't on before.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so take two. Welcome back to the MisBelief Radio Show. Hey, yo, Alpha Joe. Who was that you just played?
Oh, that was Ricky Rome.
Ricky Rome. We got Ricky
Ricky
Rome.
Rome.
That dude's so- Hey, yo, what you about to say, John Roberts? That sounds like a Martin character, man. Ricky Rome. I'm Ricky Rome. So this isn't Ricky Rome. This is that actor guy, Martin Bradford, also known as Mr. Bats, man. You know, I'm in here representing for DC Paul, who's on a gig. Hopefully, he said he might come back. We might have to get him fired again.
I think he needs the boots.
I think so too.
I mean,
And he was running like, get out.
he tried to cause the MisBelief so earlier. We should just lock him out if he tried to come through.
I know.
So we'll pass it to my right, man. Who else is in this building?
Hi everyone, it's me, Oshun. I would come up with a freestyle, but not right now.
Oh, bars.
Fine.
Bars. Unicorn bars. To my left.
She's still keeping it real because I take your man and I make him a meal.
Oh! Oh, snap. And then I saw the double entendre with the food bloggy. Oh.
Yeah.
We gonna go in the booth. We're in the booth with the side. Hey, back away. Hey, back away. Clap it. And this is a MisBelief Radio Show. Cast the cool, colorful characters we always talking about. And right now, man, we had great interviews, man. Shouts out to Hifey Gallivant. Shouts out to Kenneth Temple, the trap chef. And, you know, we appreciate y'all coming on. And now we getting on to What's going on out here?
What's going on out here?
You heard me? What we got to do, the local news and topics and events. So I'm going to throw it on to my left first, man. Jay Still. What's going on out here, guy?
What's up, y'all? It's Jay Still. I'm going to talk about a little bit of film stuff real quick. What's going on out here is the New Orleans Film Festival is coming up October 11th through the 19th. If y'all haven't purchased tickets yet, please go to NewOrleansFilmSociety.org to purchase tickets. There are going to be a lot of cool people in town. We're going to have Jason Mitchell in town. We're going to have Gabori Sidibé, who's premiering a movie that she directed that's based off of Nina Simone. She directed a film that's kind of cool. And a couple of other people. So, yeah, that's what's going on out here.
What's going on out here, man? I'm glad
Support
Nina...
the festival. Support local film. There's a lot of independent filmmakers, local filmmakers, Louisiana film shot here. Like, yeah, support. We need y'all support.
Only support gonna help everything grow, and I love that Nina Simone getting another film because I wasn't really feeling the blackface that happened with Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
So, the whole movie, and it wasn't a pleasant one. It looked like something else, but move on. Throw it to the right. Oshun, what you got? What's going on out here?
They always do that when it comes to my turn. They always say something funny, and I get caught up, and I forget what I was going to say. So, but tomorrow is October the 1st, and they're having the Congo Square Sacred Marketplace. And they're going to be vendors and all kinds of things if you want to go out there and support our people doing fantastic things and having fantastic cultural experiences. That should be the experience for you. So that'll be tomorrow. It'll be in Congo Square, like I said. And it starts between 12 and 6, and they're going to have it rain or shine.
They say we're going to be out here. Out here for y'all.
Out here?
Out here.
Okay.
Man, wait, hold up. That was you that told me at Congo Square they're supposed to be having some white supremacy meeting or some madness, Alpha Joe? Leaky, no Nola. Shouts out, no Nola. Tours.
Okay.
Hey, check our resume, man. We get them racists fired. Fire, shouts out. So, what's going on out here, Alpha Joe? What you got going on back there in the booth? Mm-hmm.
Well, Drew Brees, he did pretty good last Sunday when he beat the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
And half the team took a knee.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, Slidell decides not to put a couple of players that was on the float for the parade in the float anymore.
Because they decided to take a knee.
Decided to take a knee. And because of that repercussion, Drew Brees decided while the boys are playing in London right now, that they're going to kneel before the anthem.
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert, a piece of that was gonna make it into the neck. That's not who was gonna get the full neck, but it's a piece of that my thoughts on that gonna get into the neck. The main thing I'm gonna say is that's a load of baloney. Like
I know, because who wants to be in a Slidell parade?
that's the first part of it. Definitely. That's the only thing worse could be a West Bank parade. You know, that was too easy. But anyway, the fact that I'm getting, we're gonna wait till neck, but I'm gonna just say this. That is some bullcrap to think that it is significant for you to kneel before and then stand after as if that's doing anything and as if it's even remotely getting the point across that's supposed to be getting across. We'll come back to that. Anybody else got anything to say about the Saints and their kneeling and they standing and they nonsense?
Nope, I just hope my pool numbers hit.
Well, they need to be winning. You hear me? Straight up and down. So I got one, man. It's a personal what's going on out here, man. Our group, Gumbo Monster, we're having a film and showing on October 30th at 2601 Gentilly Boulevard on Dillard University's campus. Dillard University got a movie theater, y'all. That's
amazing.
Man, it came after me and Alpha Joe or whatnot, but they have a full and functioning movie theater. That thing looked nice. We went and visited that. It was like, oh, let's bust this open because I don't think a lot of people even know this. So over the course of the past few months, our team Gumbo Monster, we've been making movies. We're in a 48-hour film project. We're in a 72-hour horror film project. We got a web series coming out called Wannabe, starring DC Paul. Alpha Joe's in the booth right now, as well as a friend of the show, Raheem Glaspie. Shouts out to him. So we was thinking, okay, we have all this material and we got an avenue right here with Dillard University and their movie theater, man. Why not have a showing? So we having movie night with the Monsters, October 30th, man. Come check it out. We have a suspense thriller called Not All Men, featuring Jay Still.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we keep it in the family, as well as a comedy starring Raheem Glaspie called The Rise of Captain Extra.
Hilarious.
extra.
Extra.
And you know, I mean, Oshun, you saw a bit of both of those.
I
Now, what
saw
can
a
you tell
bit
the
today.
people without spoiling anything?
Okay, today was my first time just getting a preview because we did a little something phenomenal earlier, but I'll let Mr. Betts tell you about that in a few. And after that, we were all sitting around. We were watching a snippet of it. When I tell you my friends are hilariously funny.
So funny.
Can I tell you that Miss J Still is a committed actress? Because I was like, that's not her. I don't know why she was. I was so convinced.
I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, I have to go to certain places.
Oh, you went
inside of my
there.
brain.
And if you guys want to see what we were talking about,
Right.
you have
No
to go
spoilers.
check this out. Where can they buy the tickets? Is it online?
It's all free.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's free.
We-
Just
But a
if you
free
can, RSVP. There is an event page.
Yes,
on
they're not all men.
Facebook. Not all men.
So it's for the free ski.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. So please go RSVP on our event page. Please come on out and support and come check out what we're doing. We some local artists getting it in, and
Yep.
we do so much. But without support, you know, you can't get too far. So what's going on out here, Oshun?
Well, we have a lot of things going on, but as for another thing that's happening tomorrow is Abstract Nola. The art party is going to be at Gravier Street, 523 Gravier. And it's going to be from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So if you are a night owl and you want to hear some good music and see a live art party, y'all should go and check that out. It should be great. And they have free appetizers, live music performances. Y'all go see.
I mean, Abstract Nola, that's the homies, man. Shouts out to Antara and Kenneth and dude. They
Right.
have food at their events.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not too many events have food these days to make you go, and there's some good stuff too. Alpha Joe, what you saying over there? Like you was nodding like it.
And listen, prior to the fest, everything that's going on, good food has always been rewarded.
Yes, indeed. So I think more of these events need to start supplying food. I know on Wednesdays we starting to have more and more food at the Jazz Market joint. Come check out the Jazz Market hosted. What's the official name of that? It's
Cool Nasty.
Cool
Yeah.
Nasty Jam Session hosted by DC Paul. You feel me? It's every Wednesday night, 9 to 1, and it goes down. And we got food, we got fruit. Shouts out to Manny King. They got stick together.
They got the crawfish nachos and the crawfish pasta.
Come on now.
And a cupcake.
Yes, indeed. The cupcakes are amazing, and we got the stick together brand selling shirts, amazing shirts. I mean, come on out. It's a beautiful event. Jay Still, what's going on out here, man? Give me some more.
What's going on out here is my food blog, Fat Girl Nola. We are beginning to put together something called the Late Night Bay List, which is going to be a list of our favorite late night romantic food hideaways, getaways. One of those is actually going to wind up being the Cool Nasty Jam Session at the Jazz Market. But I'm going to share two with y'all that we have so far. One of them that we have is this really amazing little hidden spot called Jamila's. A lot of people don't know about Jamila's. But it's this really beautiful, they have all these beautiful lights everywhere. And it's ducked off uptown, 7808 Maple Street. And what I love about this restaurant in particular, and the reason why we chose it, is because I've actually been on dates there in the past, but they have belly dancers. So you get to have all this really amazing, romantic Mediterranean food. And the owners are actually from Tunisia. And Tunisia, from Tunisia. And the food is really amazing. It's been there for over 30 years. And yeah. And then the second one that
I love to see some belly dances while I'm eating some good food. You heard me? What?
Yes, it's an amazing place, and they're beautiful too. And then another one that we picked that's really, really good is Restaurant August, which is actually a Chef John Best restaurant, and it's very intimate, and it's also good for I feel like it's a good place to go on a first date too. Because there's a lot of different dishes that they have that are talking points. I don't want to give too much away, but
it's enough.
Yeah.
Jay Still is giving game.
Right.
She's giving game. If you need some place to take someone and you don't go to all the same moves, check out Fat Girl Nola for more information.
Please check out Fat Girl Nola.
Well, this person that's in my what's going on out here is not. I don't think he's going to make it to any of these restaurants. It's Kenyatta Dearmas, and he was just booked for. He got arrested for pulling a gun on a woman because she turned him down.
What?
This is what's out here. Bruh, man
That's
was
right.
arrested Thursday. What you say? Man, Kenyatta Dearmas, 30, was booked into the Orleans Justice Center jail with aggravated assault with a firearm and illegally carrying of a weapon. The victim told investigators that Dearmas tried to talk to her friend, as Alpha Joe said, but when the friend refused to speak to Dearmas, he became upset and started yelling at the victim. According to the victim, he was turned down by the victim's friend and started arguing. During the dispute, Dearmas pulled out a gun and activated the laser light, waving the laser light, son. The laser light? What? Waving the weapon at the victim before fleeing the scene. So he just pulled out the laser light, he waved it at it and ran. I guess that's how you get the ladies these days. I was asking the Facebook Live, MisBelief, Mrs. What's your pickup line? I guess his pickup line is pulling out that tool.
Right.
And hey, it works in the movies, maybe.
I'm very aggressive, but I ain't that aggressive.
I mean, I think that's beyond the lines.
Like, that's harsh. I don't think. Listen, give it up.
Give it all up. I mean, oh my goodness. But if you have any additional information on the incident, police asking you to, contact them and whatnot. He got a $10,000 bond. Jay, still, you about to say something?
I wasn't about to say nothing about that, man.
She said, I don't want no parts of it.
I don't, oh gosh. Really?
Yeah, that's
what's going on out here.
That's what's going on out here in these New Orleans streets, man. Y'all, hey. On the friend.
Right.
He was like, all right, since you did it, and you had enough nerve to tell me no, your friend got to get together. Like, how do I get it? Like, as a friend, I'd be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, dang, I did read this wrong. I kept on taking it as if this was not normal, but he pulled it out on the other, so I was like, say, let me holler at your friend. And she said, she don't want to talk to you. And then, oh, she don't, huh? What's that? You hear me? Wow. Anyway.
That's ridiculous.
Alpha Joe, you got what's going on out here?
Yeah, what's going on out here is today is Michael Quest Moore's birthday.
Oh, man, give him a hand clap. Shouts out to Quest, man. Yeah, man, we missed it messing around with the illustrious Mrs. Latoya Cantrell.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh my goodness, like hey, brother Quest, at least we really wanted to be there, but we missed it for a really good cause, and we love you. We love you, Quest. Anyway, oh, look at who come into the building.
Look who won.
Oh my God!
It's
Oh my goodness. Hello. What's your name?
Hello, hey, say boy.
Hi, Daddy Man.
What's happening, y'all? It's the Millennial Senio. I'm back. You thought I got fired, but I didn't. I'm reclaiming my show once again.
Somebody.
I'm calling him right now.
So, Millennial Arsenio, before we continue, what's the pickup line of yours? That's been the question going around the Facebook Lives and whatnot. What is an ideal way that you holler at whoever you holler at?
I can't hear myself in the head.
You can.
We hear you.
We can hear you.
I'd be like, say girl. Not you, the other one. That one only works.
Yeah, I mean, well, we just in what's going on out here. Oshun, you got another one?
No, I'm just ready to talk about the big one.
To the big one?
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay. Wait. Let me know what I missed. What I talked about already.
We haven't talked about the big one
Okay,
today.
but what did you talk about yet?
So we have, we talked about Miss Oshun. What you have for him?
I had the Congo Square, and we talked about arts. What did I say? Arts for art's sake.
You talk about Arts for Art's sake.
Yeah,
They
that's
still what you have for him?
Food.
And we just, and Joe was talking about the Saints
Saints.
and how they took the kneel in the stand, they pumped out. And then we got I just was talking about the dude that pulled a gun out on his girl because she wouldn't give him no play.
Is that Kenyatta?
That's Kenyatta.
So,
even worse.
Hold on. So peep games. I don't know if you remember the name Squirt. Ring a bell to you? Kenyatta, that's Squirt.
So y'all know this guy.
Yep, got his phone number. I call him like every third week when I need him. Cool dude though, man. He's honestly.
Is he? he pulled out the laser on him.
I read that. That's why when I see him, I'll be like, bruh.
The
I thought you was
laser?
a cool dude, bro. You putting out lasers on women?
What?
I'm honestly, when I see him again, I'm going to bring that up. I absolutely will. Yeah, we got the kind of rapport. I could be like, Squirt. For real, bruh? For real?
Alpha Joe looks so appalled. And once now he knows this person.
If you look at the picture, we've seen him before. He. All right, but we're going to talk about the big one, which is when Mrs. Latoya Cantrell, the mayoral candidate, who some think is the top runner, right?
Top runner, front runner's looking like she made cinch this one.
She actually came to my house early today at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. She came to my living room.
Living room session! Yeah.
She sure did, man. She came and had a 37-minute conversation with us in my living room, and it was more than I could have expected, more than I could have asked for.
And she's so real.
So real,
So I'm talking about real.
Now, we can't and won't endorse anybody on this show, but Latoya Cantrell at least made us fans of her as a person, at the very least. At the very least, she was, I mean, she said, like, what was some of the highlights to you guys?
I mean, she was talking about, well, we got to the topics of the legalization of weed, and she was talking about
She's
how,
all for it.
like, she's for it because, you know, it makes no sense to be, you know, putting people in jail for things that aren't jail, don't need jail. We're talking about the NOPD and trying to establish a bridge between the community and the NOPD, because many times, you know, cops get bad reps. And if you watch Misbelief or listen to the Misbelief radio show, you know I often dole out my issues. But I asked her straight up, and I was like, look, man, as a black man, look, this is an issue for me. And she said she recognizes the stigma. She wants to attack the stigma and make things better in the community. She was also talking about cleaning up the freaking streets to make us feel better about being citizens here, because it's almost like the metaphor of if you have a clean room, if you clean it up, you can think better. She feels that the city would basically love more if there was more, if the streets, if the city, if just in general was cleaner, a better place to represent and look at.
She made a very good point. She was like, if you're waking up in the morning 6, 7 a.m. to go to work, and you're driving to work early in the morning as the sun is rising over the beautiful skyline of the city, and you see trash and whatnot in your street, that's going to affect you for the rest of the day. And even though that's not like a political thing, that was like a metaphysical thing that we were definitely connected with, man.
And she said you got dirty streets.
She came to my neighborhood. I stay in the east, and she was talking about trash. She was like, I was driving here, I just couldn't believe all of the trash everywhere. I was like, man, you're trying me now. Okay, I thought we were friends before we started. But no, we actually put her in the hot seat, and we made her answer for her opposition to removing the monuments.
Yeah.
And she's so real. She like stood firm in her position, and like made us hear her side, and it made a lot of sense.
And it was very. Keep going.
What do you think about it?
No, I just love the fact of, okay, because when you first hear, especially for me, when you first hear that this black woman opposed the monuments, my first thought is, what in the world? You on the wrong side of history, lady. But she went into the reason for opposing the monuments, and I just to give you a snippet of it, because we want you to go to our YouTube page and check out the whole interview or whatnot. But the key thing was, she was saying, look, my problem wasn't the point of it, which was to get all this racist crap out our face and move forward. It's these people that don't really have a dog in the race telling us who and how and what to do, who we should be mad at, and this and that. She was like, no, I didn't oppose it going down necessarily. I oppose that if you're going to do it right.
Correct.
If you're going to do it thorough with proper research and such. And she felt like certain times it was more about the hype and the propaganda than actually getting things done in the correct fashion. And I had to do nothing but respect that.
Yeah, man, and she articulated that in such a way that you had to respect it, man. So if you're curious, the Misbelief Radio Show podcast is available on iTunes. Also at www.themisbelief.podbean.com.
Yes.
And
check our YouTube page.
And our YouTube
if you
page.
put The Misbelief, all one word, in YouTube, we're the first ones that pop up.
We did. We absolutely are, because we outchea, you heard me?
You heard me?
And we've interviewed millennial mayoral candidate Hashim Walters first. He came to my living room. So go check that out on iTunes and on YouTube. But also, Mrs. Latoya Cantrell came through and kept it all the way real, like Jay Steele.
She was so honest. I have never met a politician that was just like, yeah.
Let me
tell you about my neighbor.
Right. Her
old man.
Her neighbor name was Keisha. Keisha had an old man who liked to smoke weed.
Yeah,
and she told us the whole story about that one, man.
And
She's so real. I'm gonna go ahead and expose something that wasn't on camera with Miss Cantrell. So like, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. So I've been communicating with like a millennial campaign manager of hers. I don't know if he's the official, but the guy that I know, he's our age. He's the one who was driving her around. And she showed up to my complex with him. And I took a glance at her, and I assumed she did not know that we were going to be on Facebook Live. I assumed she thought it was just an audio recording. Not that she wasn't beautiful, but I just know that ladies like to be prepared for something like
This
that.
was a black woman not being told she was going to be on video.
Pretty much.
Right. She reacted like a black
Pretty
woman
much.
that just been out sweating and walking the streets in the heat and,
Cause she
campaigning with
seemed like
response.
she put her boots on the ground, like she out here in the streets talking to the people. And when she came to my house, it was no what's the word? There was no
extra bull crap,
period. Like there's no pre nothing. She was like, I'm coming to talk to y'all.
T-shirt and sweats.
Right. But she didn't know. She didn't know that she was going to be on video. She turned her to the guy that I was communicating with. She was like, pretty much like gave him the side eye. Like she was his mom and was like, so you didn't tell me it was going to be a video?
Yeah.
I'm looking like I'm here for a radio recording and there's a whole video out here.
A whole video out here.
So she went to my half bathroom on the first floor and had to get herself together. But it didn't take her long because she was back out and ready to sit down and talk to us. And it was one of my favorite interviews I've ever done.
Yeah.
I must say, man, she kept it all the way real. So
economic development. I mean, there's
Everything.
so many topics.
Talk about the East, about sewage and water board, about police. What else did we get? We talked about marijuana, about the film industry.
The film industry, as you talk about not only the film industry, but how important recognizing the arts in our culture and our community is, and how the government needs to. We need the backing of support because you can't just use up the artists and not help us out and not back us. So yeah,
talked about that.
Oh my
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing was a big thing.
Homeowners incentives. Even about arts and arts education in schools. My homie Alpha Man Joe would definitely wanted me to bring that up to her, and she had an answer. That wasn't no BS answer, honestly. So yeah, man, tune in, check it out, man. We interviewed Latoya Cantrell earlier today, and it was real. So subscribe to TheMisBelief on YouTube, on iTunes, TheMisBelief.podbean.com, and check us out, man. We doing some things here in the city, and Oshun, what's going on out here?
Okay, what else is going on out here is Manifest 8 is going to be taking place.
8?
8. The 8-1.
What?
Exactly. What? It's presented by the True Love Movement. They come on directly before us on the radio. So if you listen to WBOK and you happen to catch them, they are the ones who usually come on right before us. And they are having their yearly Womanifest, which helps to celebrate Black women, Black culture. So if you guys are not doing anything, it's going to be 10/7/17. It's going to be at 5640 Burgundy from 12 to 8.
Okay. 5620 Burgundy. Is that the what's that spot you did that they play at on Burgundy?
Yes, I can't.
The Tiger Den.
No.
You had a birthday party there.
Did I? No, it's not that place. It's the place we went for the panel.
That's not. Oh, is that Tacoma?
Yes.
Tacoma across the canal. Tacoma across the canal on Burgundy. And I rock with the True Love Movement. When I talked to Brother Shaq, he said, man, even though they do a radio show on Saturday nights, all day of every day of their life spent doing some community work, whether it's training, it's counseling, it's talking, it's at least communicating with people in the community to make a difference. And they're not playing no games with it.
At all.
Not at all, man. They don't even care about it. I was trying to, me and Brother Shaq gonna meet up a little bit later on and talk about how to turn a radio show into a podcast. And he was like, he wants to, but he don't really, it's about, he's another boot on the ground type of guy. Like, he wants to be there in your face. The podcast and the YouTube and the Facebook Live is cool, but he don't care. He want to touch you and talk to you and make a change, man. So shout out to the True Love Movement, Brother Shaq and Mama Fire, man. They
living up to the name.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Bets. What's going on out here?
1,400 additional Louisiana state prisoners will be released earlier than expected as a result of law changes. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Free them.
Kalena over there clapping. Who you know that is locked up? That you waiting to get released?
Her pen pal.
She was clapping because you waiting for the people to get released.
Yes.
Who you know?
She's just not for the legal slavery that's become much of our freaking system.
Right.
Lord, figure out how to use the clap and sound effect, and now he just want to put it where it don't even belong. That's real.
We'll get some clappity clap. So this is a part of a wider overhaul of the criminal justice system. that Governor John Bel Edwards and the Louisiana legislature undertook in the spring. The Department of Public Safety and Corrections typically releases 1,500 people from lockup every month. So the law changes will essentially put twice as many people on the street in November. The number of releases could remain elevated for several months as the people behind bars affected by the law changes work their way through the system. Corrections Secretary Jimmy LeBlanc could not say on Friday how many people currently locked up will get out earlier than expected, but in August, LeBlanc said that 3,000 to 4,000 sentences could be changed to make inmates eligible for release before the end of the year. The majority of people whose sentences are affected by the law changes won't necessarily be getting out anytime soon, though, according to LeBlanc. But hey, everybody that was due to get out early, they're getting out early and trying to get more and more people out because the culture of jail has become, let's just keep people in and let's just make the culture of jail more and more scary, instead of rehabilitating people and trying to get us back in, get folk back into the world. You're supposed to get that, you're supposed to get that punishment and then continue living your life. Not, especially if you didn't get life, you heard me? So, come on now. So that's a beautiful thing to get more and more people out here free. Freedom.
Yeah, man, and hopefully these are people who deserve to be out in the world.
Well, I'm hoping that that's the ones they letting out. I mean, hope.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that these are good, productive members of society.
Or at least they want to be.
They can go ahead and get regular jobs like the rest of us. And other than that, man, that is a great thing, man. There's so many, man, the state is paying so much to incriminate and incarcerate black men every year that I'm sure
we're the highest.
To cut that down. We're the highest.
We're the highest. We're the highest of jail of anybody in the world. Louisiana is has the highest incarceration rate in the world. Gretna is the city that has the highest it's the city with the highest everywhere. Gretna, West Bank. You heard me?
All right, y'all. Well, I think it's time we're going to take a break, play a couple songs. We're going to come back and finish this up. Alpha Man Joe, what you got queued up for us? I love this song so much, yo. Oh, it's I mean,
no, it's not.
I feel like it's the only version. It's the Pons version. The one with that beat on it. Y'all stay tuned to TheMisBelief Radio Show and don't get none on ya. Kalena gave it to me. Kalena was the main one. Hey, y'all, so I got fired and I came back. Did y'all say I got fired? Trying to say I got fired?
We voted you out. David Ruffin.
Yeah, we kicked you out.
Come on, Malik, to come in here.
To DC.
Yeah, man, because we come back, we're going to do y'all going to play one song.
Malik.
Look, Paul.
Malik.
I'm going to step out. Maybe I'll intro you first. I'll go over there so he can do that neck on this mic. I'm going to go over there. Because he's y'all three.
We have an extra chair to go in.
I'm going to go over there. But I'm going to talk to the Facebook Live first. You see, as you turn the song
okay.
up, y'all hear this PJ Morton?
Let me ask you a question.
New Orleans girl.
If somebody rolled up to you and be like,
I was dipping. What?
If somebody rolled up to you and be like, say, bitch, put your number in my phone. How would that make you feel? Say, almond.
What they look like?
I don't fucking know.
It look good.
They look good. They be like, say, bitch, put your number in my phone.
I don't take myself too seriously.
You'd be like, where's your phone?
Okay.
It's whatever, like what?
Where's your phone?
If they got an Android though, that's what's online. It better be an iPhone. You can call me a bitch. It better be an iPhone.
Nah, I only accept a bitch from the blue message.
I'll be damned if somebody called me a bitch.
With the green bubble.
The green bubble? With the Android, you got me fucked up. You the bitch. You the bitch is your Samsung. Fuck you, bitch.
Sure did. Come on, Malik. Come sit down, baby.
Everything.
Where's DC?
He gonna sit in a room. He been, sipping the Lord's nectar. Where's your tablet?
It failed and there's a little crack, but I had a busy day today, so.
How you gonna read with it?
You can still see on it.
So wait, you go get it? We coming back after?
No, I got my phone.
Oh, okay.
I got my phone from the phone. Oh, now I can talk about Dr. Vernon Winslow all day. For certain reasons you're about to find out.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jessica, what's happening? Well, you did not tell me about this Nola Fairground. I found it and I love it. Like,
oh, Fairground.
OMG, yeah. all my pages are gonna follow it as long as y'all follow me back.
It's in its baby stages right now, but we
got
all kind of stuff that we're like
it's gonna
planning.
That's gonna be big. I'm telling you.
We both are foodies, and I've been a foodie forever.
No, that's gonna be big.
I'm trying to do more with it. I'm trying to do recipes and recipes.
No, that's gonna be big. Like, real talk. So whatever I can do to help, I'm definitely gonna do because that's gonna be big.
Yeah.
That ain't saying nothing. He's deep in the county.
He about to start getting his neck ready for his mind. What is mine?
Yeah. Malik.
Yes.
No Latoya. Yes. Give it to him.
So Malik.
Yeah.
Got a couple of seconds. Tell me your pickup line. When you about to introduce yourself to somebody, you about to, get your holler on, what do you say? When you find somebody interesting, what's your pickup line?
Hello, my name is Malik.
That's it?
You ain't got to say nothing else. You ain't got to say, introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, especially at our age, talk about, oh, you proud like some sugar. I want to lick you. Yeah, so I'm mad at Mrs. Sankofa.
Yeah. All right, man. So, as things have been going on, we've been watching the news, right? And, Kaepernick, he took his knee. He never got his job back. And recently, Donald Trump basically called everybody a female dog that... I said last year, but anybody that's female dog that would dare stand up or take a knee. Donald Trump even said he's trying to get a law passed so that anyone taking a knee at any time, they will get some kind of fine or some kind of issue. That's how much he on the side of white supremacy that our current president is on. So with all these controversies and all this stuff going on, people trying to say that, everyone has a point, and I'm just like, no, if the point is we're trying to bring down police brutality, when you look at last year, they said 1,067 people were killed by police, and now one of those people none of the police went to jail over that. And we look at, I think last year it was 227 something black Americans were killed since Kaepernick took the knee or whatnot. So when you have all these rising demographics and we don't see too many cops in handcuffs and such, it makes you get kind of edgy a little bit when you see these other people standing up only because the president said, I dare you not to stand up, or I dare you not to take a knee. To me, that's not real, you feel me? So when I look at, there's many different people that's black that's been proponents of, and to me, when you go against the situation, you're going against seeing police brutality go down. Because I'm going to keep on bringing up seeing police brutality go down because that was the original point that keeps getting lost. Kaepernick took a knee because he wanted to see police get in trouble, police get rectified, police get some type of, at least a slap on the wrist, but all these people getting killed for seemingly no freaking reason or no repercussions. And when we look at our fellow black men, and I look at my dude Ray Lewis, who has been loud and proud and trying to make sense. He one of the people that put a stream of words together. He make them make sense to himself and try to sell that crap. And if you already believe and ride that wave, you ride that wave. But at the end of the day, he been going on and on and on and on. And then recently, he took not one, but he took two knees. Two knees, because once again, the reason why a lot of these people, a lot of these coaches, a lot of these teams are stepping up to decide, oh yeah, let's all kneel, let's all stand in the back, let's stand first and kneel. All this bull crap, all this propaganda, all this commercialism of a situation is because the president said, I dare you not to. Not because people that look like me been getting killed in the streets, people that look like Oshun, Malik, Jessica, DC, Paul, Kenneth, Josef, Pons, people that look like all of us get killed in the streets and nothing happens because of it. So when I look at Ray Lewis take them two knees finally, I'm thinking, whoa, Ray Lewis, you finally see the light. This ninny hammer had the nerve to go, no, I didn't see the light. I was praying. And I don't know why y'all thought I was doing anything different. So when the national anthem hit and you got a bunch of people interlocking and taking these out of symbolism and such, you gonna go back and try to renege after you got the publicity and the props. You gonna try to renege so you can still keep your what they calling the opportunist, your opportunist ways. You want to keep your opportunist flag. Boy, you ain't nothing but a ninny hammer. You ain't nothing. You ain't gonna never be nothing but a ninny hammer. I don't care what you did with a football or with a pigskin, because at the end of the day, you was doing it for the white man, and you're showing it to us right now because you don't care what that mofo tells you gonna still get on both knees, open your mouth. And this time when you open your mouth, it's gonna be because on the MisBelief radio show today, you got a front hand, you got a back hand, you got every piece of this neck, So when you're on your knees next time praying, please ask God to give you some balls.
Whoa.
I'm good. I'm just allergic to coons, you know. And once again, a group of coons, when you see them together, they're called a gaze. Just dropping random information. I mean,
Right, that's important.
I really wish more and more of the things that are in the gays, because I like my gays, but I don't like those gays. I love homosexuals. I love the LGBT community. Yeah, I love those gays. Those gays. No, I'm talking about. I was talking about the gays, but now I'm talking about my gays. Shouts out to my gays.
He has many of them.
I'm an ally, and I'm proud of being an ally to whether you LGBTQ, whether you black, whether you a woman. As long as you are rising up, I'm with you, and we got to stop these mofos and these ninny hammers from holding us back. You hear me? Shouts out to my gays, but not the gays. You coon mofos.
Okay.
No malice.
Hey. Hear me?
Okay, since we're all black millennials on the radio, I thought that it was appropriate that we do the Sankofa session today on DJ Vernon, Dr. Daddy-O Winslow.
So, I love this Sankofa. Dr. Vernon Winslow came down to New Orleans to be the first art teacher, the art professor at Dillard University.
D-U.
D-U.
Right. After he became the art teacher for Dillard University, he was determined to break into the business of radio that didn't yet want him. So Winslow started mailing scripts in that he'd written to local radio stations, WJMR, because, you know, back then, it wasn't about TV, it was more about radio and publications.
Right.
So a couple of the station managers looked over the scripts. The scripts were really, really good. However, when he came into interviews, they would ask him the question, was he a Negro? And when he responded yes, they was like, well, we can't hire you because you're a Negro. He eventually founded a job, or he was given a job, actually writing scripts for white DJs. Mm-hmm. So he was given the job to write scripts to make them sound more hip.
So while he was doing that, black folks had started making a way in music, but they used to call it race music. So they needed to find someone to actually head up the race music radio station. Instead of like we have R&B, rap, hip hop, they had what black music was called race music. So that's when he, as a very light-skinned man, passed through the cracks.
So Dr. Vernon Winslow actually became the first black DJ in New Orleans. This is very, very important. He was like a local celebrity.
Yes.
Jack's Bear actually used him to be an advertiser. So for a business to put a black face on their company, to say, hey, we're advertising this business. So he was a very big deal in New Orleans as a local celebrity.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Winslow was also credibly known by several different names. Like I called him DJ Papa, but he created so many different vast characters that he created a Dr. Frankenstein character, different scripts to help prolong his career.
His most famous character would probably be called Dr. Daddy-O, which was like a hip sounding name. Also, let me throw out there that Dr. Vernon Winslow was also a charter member. That means he created the Beta Phi chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So he was one of the people who actually started Alpha at the campus of Dillard University.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our Sankofa session for today. Don't forget to hug your local old person and show them love while they're still alive. And we're going to keep on sending positive vibes to positive people.
Unless their name is Ray Lewis.
Oh.
Good help your cancer.
Everybody can find me at Oshun Lilith on Facebook, and you can also find me as Oshun SL11 on the Instagram.
Yo, you can find Malik at Nola Tours on Instagram and on Facebook.
That actor guy Martin Bass Bradford. You can find me at Mr. Bats on all your social media platforms. Spell it Mr. Out, you ain't gonna find me. Shouts out to the Fly with Bass Podcast.
Jay Still Keeping It Real. You can find me on Instagram at JessOStill, 2 S's and 1 O, or follow my food blog, Fat Girl Nola, on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.
I can't.
Thank y'all for tuning in or watching on Facebook Live, y'all. We're gonna be here same time, same place next week. Stay tuned to the DOT.
Still made time.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Did it.
Yo, what's up, B? What's up?
We did it.
Beautiful Brian. Hi, Brian.
He's so still.
Shouts out to everybody that was riding with us on the who made it through on the live. Yeah. Oh, y'all we still live in this.
Still live.
He called me. I'm about to put in a pose and I decided not to, so it wanted to be in the dance.
You guys want to get a picture of everybody? Oshun's back.
What's happening, y'all?
Alpha Man Joe.
Thanks. How many viewers you have right now? None?
We have two.
Two?
All two.
Who that is?
Lance
You and who?
and Donna, or Donna.
Donna Johnson?
Donna Johnson.
What up, Miss Donna? I love that lady. She got 3 very tight. Come on, man. Hurry up. Oh, or no? Okay, whatever. Thank y'all for tuning into the MisBelief Radio Show on different view page. Thank you for watching Facebook Live. Yo, we had a good time. Thanks to my man Brian holding the camera all day, man. Thanks to that boy doing it and all of my amazing MisBelief family, y'all. We had a good time, a good show. Even when I wasn't here, I had a good time, y'all. But look, hey.
Don't get nothing.
Don't get nothing on you. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to put it on them one last time.
Yeah.
Follow these folk, man. We all out here doing creative things. Oh, what up, Ashton? I see you, my man.
Come on.
MisBelief misses. Lord have mercy. Lord, look at all that, the melanin.
Look at the shades of brown. The shades of brown.
I'm gonna break the internet. All that beauty. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
Did we talk about how she broke the internet? Lord. Turn around real quick. Okay, no. Man, I love doing this show, man. We have a good time here every week. And even when they be niggas who be trying to hide from the camera, they be having a good time too.
You know that man got warrants?
Of course he got warrants. What? All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Great show.